Welcome to the court. It's Jester. And let's see, where were we? Let's see. So we have 3 endings. Now we just need to figure out what the whole locking deal is on them. That should be easy. Okay, menu. Go to the flow. So where are the locks? This shouldn't be that. Okay, so the first one is here. The 4th and 5th doors. Okay. Even with the spectre. Yep, they're arguing. Again.
I thought we were finished with that topic.
But then what should we do?
We should talk it through.
Oh my god, enough! All we're doing is talking!
Yeah, you guys talk a lot for people on a time crunch.
Talking won't solve anything! It can't help us find our way out of here! You really sure you want to just sit around? We've only got 7.5 hours left. We already wasted 1.5 hours of our 9 hours.
You're right.
Very well then. There's only one way for us to proceed.
To go through a door.
Sure not gonna be fun running around knowing we gotta jump when Zero says jump.
Well, it's stupid to just sit around here doing nothing.
Well, thanks to Snake's card, at least we have some idea of how this all works.
Correct. And so long as we all follow the rules, we will most likely be all right.
You're gonna die.
But
Who's...
Okay, let's just hurry up with the doors.
All 8 of them.
Then it would...
Wait, I'm telling...
Come on.
Call me if I'm...
Sorry.
Oh,
Hey man,
If you think...
what the hell?
Yeah, doesn't mean...
Yep, okay, let's go through door 5.
Fine, I can't go anyone else.
I wish there was like
I'll
it
go.
seems like this button over
Don't
here
worry.
How do you-
that's
Because I-
covered by
If
me
you're...
What am I?
there's nothing...
might end up being
If I choose 7, and if
a
you-
fast
7,
forward one,
the
but when I
digital-
click it, it doesn't
Oh,
work.
the 4...
Wait, what about the...
Lotus, Santa,
Let's go, let's go. Our digital route would be 4.
8 plus 3 to digit.
I
It's
like
4.
how later in the game they just do the
Yeah,
math
so the
for
two-
you because they know we're
7?
it's yeah,
Lotus.
like why? Why would we do
Are
it?
these really the team beyond? I never. Of course, I could. Should I stay or should I?
All right,
Let's go
it
through
seems
door 5.
I'm going...
We're over...
The doors.
Which?
Hey,
I think
I
that
wanna
the
go-
key out
What?
involves
If you're going through that door, then I'm going with you.
you can't.
No.
Why?
We're...
Let's go.
Please.
Man,
Junpei's bracelet is number 5, right?
Yeah.
If we're... Ace. Oh.
Don't go...
You need... Go to...
No!
Don't...
Let's go. I think the key to convincing Clover not to, like, murder all of us has to do with us pointing out that Snake might not actually be dead. I think Snake was the one in the coffin, because we heard banging from inside the coffin.
Let's make sure... Those go... Me, 7 plus...
So I'm pretty sure
And those going Lotus?
that
8. And the
Snake
digit...
isn't actually dead.
problem-
Snake was
Yes.
just locked in the
Alright.
coffin. And the way that we convinced Clover of that
levers? Okay.
is,
Alright then.
well, one, we definitely can never
We
leave
will.
Clover's side. We have to be with her for all of the stuff we can do.
Oh,
that's...
that.
So flow. Okay, so we're still on the red key area. Red key involves us taking that path. So let's go here. Fast forwarded through that decision. Because
Well, we
we
can't,
have
right?
to, because I don't think Snake was dead, because we
say
didn't find
no.
his bracelet with the body.
Yeah.
Huh?
And they said
Well,
that the body couldn't be
You first.
deciphered
It's the
by
same-
his
Got it.
face.
You're next.
Well,
What?
And
me?
that it was
Alright.
only through his clothes that they
Okay.
recognized it. So, okay, which door are we going through? I think we should go through, let's try door 8, because we did save Clover when she got separated from us, and I think that's gonna help her, like, trust us more, and maybe not want to kill us, because we saved her that one time. I don't think she killed us in the submarine ending. I think someone else did it because we saw Clover among the bodies. Then again, I did suspect June of just like being covered in blood and laying there so she'd get a sneak attack, which I was wrong on. Sorry, June. But Clover might have just been playing dead so that she had the element of surprise. But still, I think that we have to spend enough time with Clover to convince her that Snake isn't actually dead because we didn't find the bracelet near the body, and that means he's somewhere else. And I think he's in that coffin. We just have to get Clover to that
I think I'm gonna go
coffin.
with door 8. Okay, yeah, all right then.
What?
What? If there are only
This is our choice. It's fine. We're doing good.
4 more, there are no. In other words, you get it now?
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
we're doing
there's-
great.
Hey, we got us. We got all bets.
Let's
You
just
mean-
go through
Yeah.
8, get to the next one.
I'm sure.
Why?
If, in other words, Zero, I'm damn. He's not gonna.
Like, we're mainly just like,
Everything's-
our main goal isn't even survive the puzzles, get out of the game. It's
Anyway, Clover
keep
and
Clover
figure out
from
any problem.
losing her shit.
Whatever.
Hi,
All right,
Clover.
let's move.
I feel so bad. I was always so suspicious of June, but it was Clover I should
Are
have
you
been
ready?
watching
Yeah.
out
Okay.
for.
Then shall we?
It's open.
Okay.
Let's go. Like, I get where Clover's coming from, too. She thinks one of these people killed her brother.
June.
Jumpy.
And
What the hell
that
are you-
one of them was definitely behind it all. And she's like, well, she's mathematically sure she might be killing some innocent people who didn't do anything, but she is, from her perspective, guaranteed to get the person responsible for her brother's death.
Pointless.
Are we on the right flow? Okay, so what do we have to do in here to get it right then?
I bet.
Because there's 2 red keys
Hmm,
there,
too
so
late
what
now.
is it that we do?
Oh, it's a dead end.
Do we just talk to Clover a
door?
lot?
Elaborate.
Oh, that doesn't sound very pleasant. I don't like the look of this place.
Let's go. Seek a way out. Where are we on the flow? So what is it that we have to do to get here? Because there's 2 different key locks. There's the red key and the white key. White key goes that way, red key goes this way. So what is it we have to do while we're in here? Junpei! Do something, please! Quick! Figure out how I'm gonna get out of here! Okay. I don't know what kind of table this is, but part of it's all black. There's a pen lying here. I think someone's probably used it to make the table black. Well, if they only use the pen out, then part of it, there's probably something underneath that pen, Clover. Do you think you can erase it? Yeah, sure. Oh, this is permanent marker. Junpei, do you know how to erase ink from permanent marker? Erase ink from permanent marker, huh? Give me just a minute, Clover. I'll be right back. It's the mannequin. Just click on everything. Okay, I think we got everything on that end. We gotta get the ethanol. A lot of stuff here. Got the pronged. Gotta have her get the prongs. Okay. Let's see, what are we doing here? Let's see, and nothing in them. Okay, got the... I remember what we did. Clover gotta get the cables. Yeah, so she's getting the plug for us. That's good, at least. Get the computer working. Combine. Oh wait, we didn't go to Clover to get it. Yep. Here, take it, thanks. Junpei, what do I do next? For now, I just have to look around. I'm definitely gonna save you, so just hang on a little longer. Okay, I'm counting on you. So we're definitely... Okay, so we are at least working out the... Put that together. How are we on the flow? Have we unlocked any of the puzzle pieces? We need a key. This will work.
What?
It's certainly... What?
Well, there's just this... The only cable connects, so...
Maybe it's a... Yes. Have you been...
Is that...
Yes, at least...
Yep, we got it. We got
it's-
that.
Looks like we need to...
Again?
Could you go to...
Yeah. What are you...
I'll see if I can...
On your own?
Yep.
Lotus?
Lotus is being the coolest.
All right. Let's kick some ass.
I love her.
Wait,
Didn't expect...
Lotus is a hacker.
I'm
She's
unemployed.
the best.
Why?
She's the coolest.
Huh?
She dresses
I see.
in a very fancy outfit.
Oh.
I'm going to...
Brute?
A brute force... A brute force... It checks... I'm writing it. It's not... But given this... Oh, but...
What were we...
The wire... It's kind of... Well, let's say you... So you... The screen. See? Oh, come on. Who?
Let's go. We got that. We got that. We got that.
They might... Then they might invest... Oh. Eventually. There. But these...
Just
because
fast forward through everything, just clapping.
So,
Nothing. It's just... What if...
Huh?
Well, let's say... A sign... That must... Okay. Therefore... See? Maybe the... Maybe our... We just... Just like we can't...
Yep, they're talking as quickly as she's typing.
Maybe that's... If he's just had... I suppose... Perhaps the monitor...
wait. Process...
What?
No.
Well, in other words, so that means... Usually...
Does that mean...
No. Well, to you and even though the zoo staff... Well, that's how...
Process... And,
The idea...
Are you...
Not really.
What?
Well...
Is there
I
like
guess
a dialogue thing
Not-
that we would
It's
have
nothing.
to
It was the
talk
first
through?
Why?
No, I don't have to...
Like a dialogue choice?
Oh, then...
Nice, sir.
So there we go. We got that good.
The screen...
No idea.
Huh?
No, I can't see. Nothing. So... Well, I guess...
What?
Let me take a... I did my...
I guess you're right.
No problem.
Now...
Alright, solved it. Lockers are green. There we go. Back.
Hey, Junpei, do you have a minute?
Yep.
What's up?
I wanted to ask you something.
Hmm?
Junpei, you went into door 5 with my brother, right?
Oh, this is where things are different. Yeah, because we did that this time. Yeah.
Did you hear him say, like, anything weird?
No.
Huh?
She was asking... Why was she asking me this, Junpei wondered. The more he thought about it, however, the more it made sense. Snake had been gone for a long time. Clover was quite attached to her brother. Of course she would have been worried about him.
Well, let me think.
He thought back to when he'd gone through door 5, hoping he might remember something, even a small something that would help her. However...
Sorry, Clover. I can't really think of anything. I mean, he did mention that his hearing exceeds that of a regular person, or something like that, but... That's about it.
Okay.
Clover's words were barely audible. She nodded vaguely at Junpei and turned to walk away.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hmm?
Look, I don't know if I should ask you things, but if you don't mind, I was hoping you could tell me if...
Are you gonna ask if they're really, like, blood siblings or something because you don't... Because Junpei always is like, I don't know if they're really siblings, and it's like, dude, what?
Is Snake, I mean, was he born...
Are you gonna ask if they're step-siblings or adopted siblings?
You're talking about his eyes?
Oh, you want to know if he was born blind, or if he became blind later in life.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't born blind. When he was a kid, he got in an accident. A really bad car accident. He couldn't see after that.
Oh.
And his arm.
His arm?
Wait, what about his arm?
Yeah. My brother's left arm is, it's not like a normal person's arm.
It's a prosthetic arm?
It's fake. It's not a real arm.
Wait, which arm is the bracelet on?
The accident hurt him really bad. To save him, they had to cut off his arm.
Wait, was the bracelet on his prosthetic arm?
Oh.
Wait a minute, but when they checked the body, they were looking at the arms. I'm right, that body in that room, in the third room, that's not Snake, it's just wearing his clothes. Snake's in the fucking coffin.
Is that all you wanted to ask me?
Snake's in the fucking coffin, he's not dead, he's still alive. Talking about her brother had clearly taken a great deal out of Clover. Junpei nodded.
Look, I'm sorry for making you talk about all that painful stuff.
It's not that.
Clover only shook her head and walked off down to the stairs. Okay, so where are we on the... Okay, cool. Keys are unlocked. We did good. Okay. Now we have to be in the engine room. It's not his arm. It's not Snake's arm. What do we have to do while we're in here? I don't like this place. Let's go up the stairs. Nothing in there. Up the stairs. Through A. So I'll just go in the dark, creepy room together. I wonder what would happen if one of us fell off the catwalk. Would that be messed up or what? This one doesn't have it. At least this one's still fresh in my mind, so I know what we gotta do with it. Wait. Go through A? No, only go through C. Go through B. Take that. Yoink! Let's just tear this thing off. Spin the Wheel of Fortune! Let's go. Back to B. Back to C. Let's operate the winch. We got this. We got this. We're making progress. We're unlocking stuff. I don't know what it is in here that maybe we have a talk with one of them. Let's lower it. Spin the wheel, Junpei. June must have been...
I believe...
Yeah.
Like, June is probably, like, really out of it because of her fever, but if she was, like...
She doesn't see...
Well, of course...
That
What
probably
could
freaked her out.
It's gotta be exhaustion. She gets dropped into some weird-ass ship, forced to play some messed-up game.
Yeah, that's stressful.
If you think about it, it's a lot weirder that we aren't freaking out just like her, you know?
So you're saying we're abnormal?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why we were all picked for this.
We're just running around this room, solving all these puzzles like it's just business as usual. How the hell could you call that normal?
You know, after something like this, you'd probably never be able to go to an escape room for fun again.
We're just guinea pigs.
A guinea pig? You mean like a lab rat?
Oink oink, squeak squeak.
You mean we're being used for some sort of experiment?
Yep.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's why there was a way for all of us to get out of here. We just didn't need to kill each other, but then the knife man was all like, I'm gonna pull a knife on Clover. Where do you even get that knife?
But it does seem like a possibility, you know? You know, speaking of experiments...
Santa suddenly stopped.
There was this experiment some scientists did with rats. First, they took a squarish C-shaped tank and filled it with enough water that the rats could drown in it. The tank has 2 exits. Just to make it easy, we'll call one A and the other B. Exit A is pitch black, so dark even a rat can't see anything. But exit B is electrified, which means the rat can't leave through it. So, what would a rat do if it was put in this situation?
It'd probably try to leave through the electrified exit because it didn't even know that the non-electrified exit in the dark was there.
Which exit would the rat choose?
The one that it knew existed. There was a moment of silence after Santa posed the question, and then Ace responded.
B, of course. The rat has no way of knowing that exit B is electrified.
And it doesn't even know that exit A exists in the first place, because it's too dark to see.
Exactly. The rat goes to exit B. Of course, like I said, it's electrified. Which means the rat can't get out that way. So, after a lot of trial and error, the rat finally finds exit A.
I can't say that's very interesting or relevant. It's simply the story of a laboratory experiment.
Squeak, squeak.
You're right. It isn't very interesting. Yet. See, these scientists repeated this experiment over and over, using hundreds of different rats over several generations. This produced some surprising results.
The rats passed on their knowledge. They told their children, there's another exit. Don't go for the one you can see, go for the one in the dark. Squeak, squeak. Squeak, squeak.
With each generation, the rats took less time to find the correct exit.
They told their children and their children's children of the proper way to escape the electrocutions.
Eventually, a rat was put in the tank who instantly chose exit A without even attempting to go to exit B.
Squeak! I'll make you proud, Grandma! Squeak, squeak!
But that wasn't the most impressive part. The same experiment was conducted in another laboratory, far from the original one, with the same results. No, on second thought, the results weren't really the same. The rats in this second experiment began the trials with significantly faster times than the first rats in the initial one. These rats weren't related to the others and had never even come in contact with them. And yet, they all easily found their way to exit A as though they already knew.
Is this whole 9 doors thing just a big experiment to try and make everyone involved telepathically connected to each other?
What did it mean?
Are you suggesting something like telepathy?
We keep going back to that point.
They were passing information to one another through some undetectable medium?
The rats, they whisper on the winds. Squeak! Squeak! Ace looked skeptical. Santa snorted at him.
How the hell would I know? I'm not any kind of scientist. I don't know what made him do that. But I do know that story's true. And if you've got another explanation, I'd sure love to hear it. Come on, let's get going. There's still a lot here we haven't checked out. And we gotta get the hell out of here before June passes out.
Yep. I do not know if Junpei is strong enough to carry her. I do not know if Santa is strong enough to carry her. I think we're gonna have to make Ace carry her, but then again, Ace is older and he probably has a bad back. Without waiting for a response, he turned around and started walking. Junpei, however, wasn't quite ready to leave the topic alone.
Hey, wait. There's something I want to ask you.
What?
Santa stopped and turned
Why
around.
did they use that tank for the experiment?
Huh?
Well, I mean, it seems like you could conduct the same experiment without the water. They could have just used a dry box, you know? If they needed to motivate the rats to escape, they could have, I don't know,
Offered up some cheese.
put some bait by exit B or something. I mean, do they really have to make it so the rats can drown?
Santa gave a grim bark of a laugh.
You know, the word emergency comes from the same root as the word emerge.
Pressure makes diamonds, doesn't it?
You ever think about that? Huh? Well, an emergency is something urgent, often something dangerous. And to emerge means to sort of come out, or appear, or rise out of something else. So what's going to emerge in an emergency? Inspiration.
Inspiration?
Yeah. Think about it. When the chips are down, either you crack or your mind focuses and pulls up what you need.
So in an emergency, your real potential emerges. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. That's why the rats had to drown. They had to be in danger. There had to be an emergency for inspiration to emerge.
Oh.
Well, that leads to a bunch of dead rats, and that sucks, because rats are cute little babies, and you shouldn't drown them. Junpei suddenly felt cold. The back of his head was aching, and his stomach felt strange. Where are we? Okay, got to another lock. Cargo room. What do we do in here? Gotta get the bags. Knife man. We gotta get our Pokemon cards to solve the puzzle so we don't die. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Where's the rest of them? Okay, still need one more card. Oh, it's gonna be in this box. Boom.
Now we finally have all. We just need to insert these cards into the slots at the front of each box.
Yeah. Oh, maybe we're gonna have a convo with Ace, because he seemed like he wanted to say something earlier, but then didn't.
You know which card goes in which box, yes?
Yep.
Yeah, of course I do. It's really obvious. You just match our numbers to the numbers, then you pop the corresponding card in the right box. So for instance, the card with the picture of Ace on it goes into box 1. The card with the picture of Snake on it goes into box 2, and...
Oh, I see.
Huh? What is it?
Junpei thought he might have imagined it, but he could have sworn Ace stiffened. But then, Junpei heard a noise. He spun around just in time to see June collapse in front of the fence.
Hey!
What?
June, are you okay?
She did not respond. Junpei spun back around to face Ace.
I'm sorry, I gotta go check on her. You finish the box thing, alright? Just put the cards in the boxes.
Oh, June's probably doing worse this time because we spent more time talking with Santa about the rats.
I'm counting on you.
He shoved the cards into Ace's hands and ran off towards June.
Are you alright? What happened?
Did she touch it? Did she touch it and see that it was electrocuted?
Can you stand?
As he arrived, June was climbing to her feet with Santa's help.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm fine. I just tripped.
Oh, thank God.
Don't give me that. Now is not the time.
But it's true. I tripped over a box.
Just let me see for a sec.
Junpei put his palm on her forehead.
You're still warm.
Her temperature was much the same as it had been the last time he checked. She wasn't hot like she'd been before, but she was still warm. Her fever wasn't completely gone.
I saw her fall. I think she really did just trip on something, you know?
Junpei would have been more willing to agree if June hadn't needed quite so much help standing up.
Still, to fall down like that? I think she's probably still a little messed up.
June was doing her best to busy herself brushing dust off her dress. Her smile looked a little embarrassed and her face was a bit flushed. But she did look a great deal better than she had before. Still.
Alright, well, let's just get out of here as fast as we can so we can get you to a hospital.
Oh, I don't think it's anything that serious. I just need a little medicine and some sleep, and I'll be fine.
And to, like, not be trapped in a death game. That'll probably help your health a great deal.
Medicine. Medicine, huh? Well, if we could get in touch with anyone outside, I'll bet Ace could swing that for you easy.
Ace? Why?
Is Ace a doctor?
Huh? Don't you know? He's the president of a pharmaceutical company.
Oh my god! No. It's all connected! It's all connected! It's all fucking connected!
Cradle Pharmaceuticals is the name, I think.
Motherfucker! Ace, what do you know about the experiments on those children?
Their flagship product is an anesthetic drug called Soparil.
Ace, I trusted you.
Soparil. I've heard of that before somewhere.
Junpei couldn't shake the feeling he'd heard about Soparil before. Santa continued.
Soparil. It's an anesthetic that's a gas at room temperature. A lot like how nitrous oxide is.
Isn't that what Snake took so he'd pass out? I mean, no, Ace took so he could snap. Their names rhyme. It's hard.
It takes only a few seconds to spread, and even a small amount is very effective. A bunch of countries quickly accepted it for widespread use within their police and military forces. It was an effective crowd suppressant and room clearer.
What?
It was practical, ethical, and the humane nature of it made it the ideal drug.
Okay. So where's the catch?
It's been around for about 6 years. They developed it from the extracts of several different roots. It became popular almost as soon as it was made public, with many governments placing large orders. Demand for Soparil skyrocketed, and of course that meant Cradle Pharmaceuticals' stock did too.
Okay, so where does the experimenting on children come in?
Why do you know all of this?
Santa's information was interesting, but Junpei couldn't help but feel a little suspicious. Santa's reply was blunt and simple.
I heard it from the old man himself.
From Ace? When?
By the number 4 door at the central stairway, when we were searching the second class room. Remember how Snake, 7, and you went to door 5? It was back then. I asked him what he did for a living, and he said he ran his own company. After that, we just started talking, and I guess it just came up, you know?
Okay.
Huh.
Are you worried about something?
No, nothing.
As he spoke, Junpei looked over toward Ace. Is he dyscalculic? I think that's the word for it. Dyscalculic. It's like dyslexia, but with numbers. He seems to be having a hard time. He seemed to be having difficulty with the 9 boxes.
What the hell is he doing?
I don't think he can read the numbers easily. He turned back to June and Santa.
June, don't push yourself, all right?
Yes.
Santa, could you take care of her? I'll go check on Ace. Looks like he's having trouble.
Sure.
He gave them both a short nod and then turned and headed toward Ace.
What are you doing?
Ace's back was to him as Junpei approached. The older man turned around to look at him. His face was pale and covered in sweat. Oh, is he sick? Is he sick like June is?
What happened?
Nothing. My vision has gotten rather blurry, I think, because of fatigue. I can't see very well at the moment.
What can't you see well?
The numbers on the boxes.
These pictures.
Or the pictures. Oh, that makes more sense. They are tinier. Ace held the cards out to Junpei, splayed out in the shape of a fan.
I don't care to admit it, but I may be developing presbyopia. Growing old is a difficult thing.
He made his best attempt he could at a self-deprecating smile, but his face was flushed and his lips were pale and drawn.
At any rate, I'll leave the rest to you. I'm feeling awfully tired, so if you don't mind, I'd like to rest for a bit.
He shoved the cards into Junpei's hand and walked quickly away. Junpei looked at him
How
quizzically.
could simply looking at cards have tired him out?
Well, it's really stressful to try and do something that you want to do and other people think is a simple thing to do, but for you it's really hard and you can't do it. Junpei looked down at the cards in his hands. All of the pictures were quite clear and each person was easily recognizable. Was Ace's vision truly so bad?
But if it wasn't, what had made him so uncomfortable?
Face blindness is a challenge. That was when Junpei remembered what he heard from Lotus much earlier.
Prosopagnosia. Well, put simply, it means a condition where the mind can't distinguish between human faces.
Yeah, he has that.
In other words, my face would look the same as Clover's or even yours. So they can't remember faces, which is how most people recognize each other. That means that people with prosopagnosia have trouble recognizing even people they're close to.
Maybe he's got prosopagnosia?
Yeah. Junpei took another look at Ace. He sat there at the base of the stairs looking quite depressed.
Well, he looks depressed enough to have it.
If he really did have prosopagnosia, there was no doubt it was a depressing and painful experience. Still, Junpei didn't feel like patting him on the shoulder and telling him everything would be alright would help that much. Still, Junpei felt perhaps it was best he keep Ace's condition to himself, at least for the time being. Doing his best to clear his mind for the task at hand, he turned back toward the boxes.
Time to solve the 9 boxes puzzle.
Boom! Okay, so we have that unlocked. And now we're unlocked, and we can do this. Boom. Leave no one behind. Clover, don't murder anyone. Clover, no murdering. It's just like we're holding out our hand in a stop motion. It's like, Clover, no killing. Clover, no killing. Clover, no killing. And then she just drops the knife or the axe or whatever she was planning to slaughter us with and goes, ah, rats. It's like, ah, man. I haven't watched Dora the Explorer in a long time. Once there, they headed back towards the main hall and the central staircase. Oh, but I did go to see the Dora the Explorer live-action movie in theaters with my friend. The funny thing is, I'm very short, so I can I'm like pretty short, so I get mistaken for being a lot younger than I am sometimes. So I went with one of my friends, and a lot of people thought that I was his daughter. It didn't take them long.
It's
Seven and Lotus.
They didn't look happy.
We've got a problem.
Yeah, we lost Clover.
Clover is gone.
What?
Junpei and his 3 companions looked at one another. He turned back to Seven and
What do
Lotus.
you mean, gone?
She booked it.
When?
Why?
You two went into door 1 with Clover, didn't you?
Seven and Lotus responded as best as they could.
Yeah, we went through the door together.
But Clover barely spoke to us.
She just did her own thing the whole time.
There were 4 rooms on the other side of door 1.
She wouldn't let us into the 4th room.
She just said, I'll take care of this one.
And shut the door.
She must have blocked it with something on the other side.
We waited for a while, but Clover didn't come out.
We called for her, but she didn't answer.
So I kicked down the door and we went into the room.
But
It was empty.
Clover wasn't there.
There was a door on the other wall.
And it was open.
We figure she opened the door and left by herself.
We ran after her, of course, but
Well, obviously we didn't find her. You figured that much out.
Clover's gone.
Junpei thought for a moment.
When did this happen?
We got here just before you.
You certainly have excellent timing.
So you haven't searched anywhere other than near the staircase?
No, we haven't.
Finally, Ace spoke. His voice had an edge of resolve and concern.
Very well then. We'd best separate and look for Clover. We haven't much time left. Let's begin.
Yeah.
There were quick nods all around and the 6 remaining players spread out. Junpei and June ran to the large hospital room together. As quickly as they could, they searched around under the beds in the corners.
She's not here.
Oh god, maybe she went back through the door number 3.
No, she isn't.
Alright, just in case, we should go take a look in the shower room.
Shower room?
That's where Snake's body was. So...
That's where her brother is. She might have gone to see him.
June bit her lip. She knew as Junpei did that there was only one thing to see in the shower room, and it wasn't pleasant.
Well, we might as well check, right? Let's go.
There was a screwdriver stuck between the door and the
Good.
frame.
We can still get in.
We should thank Seven later.
Junpei and June slipped through the door and moved down the hallway and stepped in the shower room.
No luck.
Yeah, I don't think she's here.
June's voice was faint as she placed her hands over her mouth. Her face looked a little green.
The smell is horrible.
The stench in the room was almost unbearable. It had grown far more unpleasant since their last visit. If Junpei had eaten a lunch, we would have difficulty retaining it. He wanted to leave the room as soon as possible, but he had to be sure. And the only way to be sure was to check the other side of the divider.
Let's check the back, just to be sure.
June offered no resistance and nodded weakly to Junpei as he headed around the divider. He stopped at the corner and turned his head.
Oh, she's not here.
Notice! Notice that the body doesn't match up! It's not Snake! As he expected, Clover was nowhere to be seen. The only thing on the other side of the divider was dead body, leaving a reddish-brown puddle of dry and drying blood.
Snake. Just where did your sister go?
It's not Snake. He's in the coffin. We gotta get him out of the coffin. Junpei whispered to what was once Snake. He'd asked rhetorically, of course. There was no way he'd get an answer. He gave a deep sigh.
Such a horrible way to go. The skull shattered, the left arm's hideously twisted.
Isn't that his prosthetic arm, though? It shouldn't be twisted like that.
Huh? Wait.
The bright white of the yellow was clearly visible through the remains of skin and muscle. Bright white. Oh no.
Bones.
Bones. His left arm didn't have bones in it. The pieces fell into place. Junpei remembered something Clover had told him in the laboratory.
My brother's left arm is, it's not like a normal person's arm. The accident hurt him really bad.
Of course. Of course. Why didn't I realize it earlier?
This isn't Snake! Clover had told Junpei that Snake's left arm was a prosthetic, but the left arm of the corpse behind the divider was quite clearly a real human arm, or at least it had been once. That meant the corpse.
Jumpy?
June's unsure voice at Junpei's suddenly strange behavior drew his attention back to her.
Sorry for making you wait. Let's go.
Junpei and June headed back to the large hospital room. They stepped through the door and out of the shower room. Down the hallway they went, searching for Clover in every corner. They had reached the stairs when Seven appeared, breathless and yelling.
Junpei! June! Where were you guys?
He looked pale and his face was drawn. Something terrible had happened. Junpei's breath caught in his throat.
Did something happen?
Oh God, did Clover kill people? Oh, Clover, no. Seven drew a shaking hand across his face and gulped down a breath of air.
Clover is dead.
What? No, how? Bitch, how? No. No, Clover doesn't get killed. Clover does the killing. What the? No. I refuse. Take me to her. Take me to her.
I found her in the first-class bathroom.
You didn't find her. It's not her. It's not. It's not her. It's not her. It's not her. It's another fake. It's another fake. Like Snake's body was a fake. It's fake. All sound ceased for Junpei, the world an empty and muffled expanse. Then he began to hear his own breathing. Oh shit, maybe it is her. June's mouth moved, but he heard nothing. She tried once more, and then her energy was gone, and she collapsed against the wall. He could have helped her, but he hadn't, and now she was dead. So he stopped there, frozen in place.
Clover.
She's faking. She's gotta be. It's like a ploy. She's laying in fake blood so that she can sneak up and kill the rest of us, but we can tell her that Snake's alive so she doesn't have to avenge his murder, and then we can all find Snake in the coffin and get out of here, right? Right? Clover can't be dead.
Why? Why did this happen?
He forced his body to move. Each step felt like another nail pounded into his heart. Finally, he was in front of her. He knelt and placed 3 fingers against Clover's neck. No pulse. No breath. She was still warm and her eyes were closed peacefully. It would have been easy to think she was asleep. Frick. Easy that it is if it were not for the slowly expanding puddle of blood beneath her. He traced it to its source, to her back. A gash just beneath her shoulder blade. Was the weapon a knife, perhaps? Maybe Clover wasn't the one stabbing everyone in the knife ending. If it was a knife, then the killer would have taken it when they left. When he closed his eyes, he saw Clover smile.
Clover.
Her innocent smile. Her energy. He would never see her smile again.
No way.
He could have done something. He could have helped her. His stomach twisted itself into a sickening knot.
Let's get out of here, June.
Junpei lifted up limp June from the floor and carried her from the bathroom.
Are you all right?
It was a foolish question and he knew it.
Yes, I think so.
Her voice was weak. The fever had gone down, but the emotional scars she'd received were not likely to recede as quickly. Junpei laid his hand on her shoulder, and they walked back to the bedroom.
You should get some rest. Here, the bed. Can you sit?
Yes.
She nodded once and stared at the floor. There were 4 others in the room. Ace, Lotus, Santa, and Seven. They all stared at nothing, their faces drawn and tired. After a while, they drifted into the bathroom to see Clover's corpse themselves. Once everyone was back in the bedroom, Junpei walked slowly to the center of it and looked around as the slumped figures gathered there.
Who was the first to find the body?
Me.
Seven spoke from behind Junpei. He turned around. Seven's hand was up.
Why did you come to this room?
To look for Clover. Why else? I found her body in the bathroom.
Aw, everyone's upset. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Okay, this is bad. Snake's gonna be so upset when we find him.
As soon as I did, I ran outside. I got to the top of the stairs by the casino and yelled as loud as I could. Hey, guys! I found her, but it's bad. She's in the bathroom in the first-class cabin. Come quick! Or something like that. Then I went back to the bathroom. Ace, Santa, and Lotus showed up real soon after that. But I guess you two hadn't heard me or something because you didn't show. So I took off down the stairs to look for you. After that, I mean, you know the rest, right?
Junpei nodded and closed his eyes. There was one more thing he needed to ask.
Seven, there's one more thing I'm worried about.
What?
You stuck one of those plates in between the door and the frame, right? Why did you do that?
Come on, didn't I already tell you that? I did it so that the door wouldn't lock.
Yeah, it was smart.
So we could come back to this room? Oh. You think I did it?
I don't think he did it.
Well, I don't know. That kind of depends on what you say, doesn't it?
For crying out loud.
We are in a position where I think anyone could have done it except for June. We have fully twisted. We have fully done it right. Instead of me constantly suspecting June, June is the only one that I am sure is innocent. Seven sighed and shook his head.
Follow me.
There were 2 doors standing next to one another. He opened the one on the right.
A closet?
Yeah.
Seven stepped inside. He stood in front of one of the shelves and filled it and gestured towards a small box. The box was a small metal cube. He looked at Junpei.
This is the reason. This safe.
Oh, we didn't figure out how to unlock it while we were looking through here. So he wanted to come back to it later.
We couldn't open it when we were getting through this room. I figured there might be something pretty important in it.
Yeah, they wouldn't have a locked safe in it for no reason.
I couldn't stop thinking about it. I figured eventually we might figure out what the numbers are for the safe. And if we did, I didn't want to screw around with door 5 again. So I put the plate in the exit door so we could get back in that way. You get it now?
Yeah.
Junpei nodded and looked at the safe. He grabbed the handle and shook it.
Figured it wouldn't open.
It was locked as it had been when Seven found it. There was one change, however. What?
This is...
Just underneath the safe was a pile of fine reddish-brown powder. There's drugs in the safe?
rust.
Oh, rust. Okay, not drugs. Junpei stared at it, considering.
If there's rust here, that means... Has someone opened the safe?
Someone opened the safe! Was the knife in the safe? Junpei left the closet. Y'all gotta come out of it one day. Seven followed him back in the bedroom. Oh yeah, everyone's sad that Clover's dead.
Huh?
I don't think she's dead. We're being tricked, okay? Like, I don't even think the ninth man is dead. I think that was like pig's blood or some shit splattered everywhere. I don't know. He kept saying that someone told him to do this, so I think he was meant to be a sacrificial lamb working with the Zero to show that we could die if we didn't obey. No one spoke. They sat and frozen in place by shock and grief and fatage. The room felt tiny and oppressive. The thick metallic smell of blood filled the room. Junpei turned and headed toward the living room. Anything to get out of there.
Maybe there's another clue.
Anything that might lead us to discover who stabbed Clover.
As quickly as they could, they searched around and under the beds and in the corners. His eyes caught on the door. The door that led to the passageway of door number 5.
Behind this door. The ninth man's body is behind there.
Huh.
Maybe I should have another look at it, just in case.
Quietly, he pushed open the door.
Ugh.
The smell hit him like a blow to the face.
Oh, the hell? This smell is...
Yep, smells like rotten flesh, don't it? His lungs contracted, unwilling to inhale such a fetid air. I have never seen that word before. Interesting. Acid boiled up from the base of his stomach, churning what little food was there into a violent froth. Yep, Junpei's gonna puke. Just let it out, buddy. Just let it out. Let it out. Just let it all out. Don't get it on the body. Okay. Yeah. You feel better, champ? It was too much for him, and he vomited. A thin stream of yellow water and bile splattered to the floor. Yeah, you threw up. Yeah, it's okay, bud. He wiped his mouth weakly and stared at the dead body. Chunks of torn flesh lay in an arc around the body. What remained of its intestines had slid out onto the floor. Okay, cool. The blood in the pool of blood that framed it was half dry, but so thick that it had been taken on a texture not unlike that of an egg yolk prepared sunny side up. On the floor next to the broken mass of the man's head lay his glasses, cracks splintering across the lenses. The bloodstains near them had already dried like scabs on the floor.
Wait.
Yeah, that carpet, that no amount of cleaning will salvage that carpet. You gotta throw it out. That was when he noticed.
It's gone.
The bracelet!
His bracelet. It's gone. It was right next to the glasses.
But now, it was gone. Does Clover have it on her? Oh god, I swear, if we go back to that room and Clover isn't in the bathroom anymore, the number 9 bracelet was gone.
But why?
Had someone taken it? He was turning it over and over in his mind when he heard Seven's voice.
Where'd Junpei go?
I went to play with the corpse. It's a corpse party. Da 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 da. Junpei walked slowly out of the hallway.
Oh, there you are. Were you looking for something in the hallway?
Seven looked up as Junpei entered the room.
Yeah.
Did you find something?
He thought for a moment before he responded.
No, nothing.
Okay, so we're not telling the others what we found. Okay, cool. Just lie to everyone. Cool. Technically, it wasn't a lie. Technically, it wasn't the truth either. He hadn't found anything. In a way, in fact, that was the problem. Yeah, Junpei. Something he'd expected to find hadn't been there. The ninth man's
What's up?
bracelet.
Well, I wanted you to take a look at something.
What is it?
Seven led Junpei back to the bathroom. Is she
Clover.
up? Clover. As Clover's corpse came into view, he felt his heart flip and then fall to the bottom of his stomach. Something between a sigh and a groan escaped his lips.
What was it you wanted to show me?
Oh, is this the part where he stabs us? His voice was hollow and empty.
I searched Clover's body again.
Oh, you found the bracelet?
A real shame. She was stabbed once in the back, probably by a knife or something. And I found this.
As he spoke, he moved around Clover's head. Then knelt down and flipped open her right hand.
What?
Oh, shit, a note! She was holding a piece of paper.
I haven't actually looked at it yet. Didn't want to disturb the crime scene, you know? Basic stuff. Well, I did borrow one thing.
What?
He wasn't sure what he meant, but it likely didn't matter. The paper was more important.
I'm opening it.
He picked it up and carefully opened it. There were 2 sentences written on it.
Truth had gone, and truth had gone. Ah, now truth is asleep in the darkness of the sinister hand.
What?
What is this? Some kind of secret code?
Is it a way to tell me I need to go and unlock all the white keys to get the true ending? Seven peered over Junpei's shoulder at the note. Junpei stepped away from Clover's body and into the living room. He began to pace, attempting to code the note.
A code.
The first clue was likely the phrase, sinister hand. Sinister hand means... It's the left hand, right? I think, like, traditionally speaking, your right... A person in power's right-hand man is the one who is publicly by their side supporting all their choices. But the person's left hand is the person that works in the shadows doing things for the person in power that the public can't know about.
Sinister was a term used in heraldry that meant to the left of the bearer of a coat of arms.
Yee.
The left hand. The left hand. What does the left hand mean?
Well, it was, Snake's left arm was the prosthetic one, and that's how we knew that the body wasn't his. Junpei looked at his own left arm. That's where the bracelet is. So, wait a second. So Snake's bracelet was on, if the bracelets are on the left arms, then was Snake's bracelet on his left or right arm? Because if it was on his left arm, then it meant it was on his prosthetic. And I don't know exactly what type of prosthetic arm Snake had, but it's possible it was one that he could easily detach. And I'm just wondering, like, we kind of are, what would happen if he took the arm off? That's how you remove the bracelet, wouldn't it? Then again, I don't know, because, like, I know that you can take it off. I don't know how easy it is to take off. And how easy it is to reattach it so it works. Because it's more complicated than prosthetic legs, because you got the whole hand and finger thing going on.
Does the darkness of the sinister hand have something to do with the bracelet?
Probably. He examined the bracelet closely.
There's 2 things sticking out on either side of the face. The left and right sides of the face. Left and right. Left and right. Right and left. Truth is gone. Truth gone.
Truth gone. Maybe those 2 words. Are about switching the... What else could gone and truth mean?
What else could gone and truth mean? Truth, of course, means something that is correct, something that's fact. In other words, something that is right. You could then safely assume that gone means left.
Yeah, because you're gone, you leave. You left.
After all, after someone left, they were gone. But in this case, they clearly refer to their directional homonyms. Then truth equals right, and gone equals left.
Junpei looked at the bracelet again.
The left and right of the bracelet. These two things sticking out. So if I...
Press them in the following order. Oh, fuck! Fuck, 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 fuck. Okay, I need to go up and read some stuff. Let's see. Truth had gone. Truth had gone. Truth had gone. So that would be left, left. Okay, so that would be truth would be the right, then left, then right, then left, then right, then left. And now truth, which is right, is asleep in the darkness of the sinister hand, which would be left. So it'd be right, left, right, left, right, left. Let's hope I got that right. Or there's not going to be many pieces of Junpei left. And then... that's either really good or really bad. One after another, 8 numbers flashed on and then off onto the face of Junpei's bracelet.
Wait, did it just...
He checked one more time to be sure.
One, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1.
Okay, gotta write that down. 1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1. My desk is covered in sticky notes from this game!
Huh? Hey, what are those numbers?
The code to the safe! Junpei didn't answer. He couldn't answer. He had no idea what they were either. Dude, they're the code to the safe. Go put them in the safe. Besides, he was sure he would forget the numbers and the order they came in if he said anything.
1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1.
Put it in the safe. Muttering the numbers to himself over and over, Junpei headed toward the bedroom.
1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1.
Put them in the safe.
1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1.
The safe.
1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1.
You know what? I don't think I needed to write this down. I think Junpei's got remembering it covered.
1, 4, 3, 8, 3, 4, 2, 1.
Boom. Before long, he found himself in front of the safe again. It was a lock, the only device he could think of that required a sequence of numbers such as the one he discovered. Besides, something had to open the safe at least once already. Had Clover come to the bedroom to open it? Junpei slowly dialed the numbers the bracelet had given him.
1 to the right, 4 to the left. And... oh.
It doesn't even make me put them in. Junpei's got it covered. Go on, Junpei. You're the man.
Bingo. I knew it was for this.
A small telltale sound of a lock opening. He grabbed the handle, took a deep breath, and pulled it up.
Oh, is this some sort of note?
Yeah. Inside was a piece of paper. It was roughly the same size as the one Clover had been holding.
Let's see.
Junpei picked it up. This is what it said. Fact 1. The notary game was played once before, 9 years ago. Fact 2. The person with the number 2 bracelet attended the game 9 years ago. Fact 3. It was planned by the following 4 people. Cradle Pharmaceuticals CEO, Gentaro Hongo. Cradle Pharmaceuticals Chief of Staff, Nagisa Nijisaki. Cradle Pharmaceuticals R&D Supervisor, Teruaki Kubota. Majority shareholder in Cradle Pharmaceuticals, Kagechika Musashito. I must punish them for the innocent lives they sacrificed. This is the only warning they will receive. The innocent souls might be saved, but I now state the truth. 0. Ace, what did you do, and why are the rest of us dragged into it? Junpei left the closet. There were 5 people waiting for him in the bedroom. Ace, Lotus, Santa, 7, and June. He looked at each one of them in turn and slowly placed his hand on the pockets of his vest.
Sorry, but do you think you could all come with me?
Come with you?
I want all of you to go to the big hospital room.
Why?
There's something I want to be sure of.
We gotta go look at Snake's body again.
What do you want to be sure of?
I want to know if the person I suspect is really the culprit.
Okay.
Wait, then you're saying...
Who took the number 9 bracelet? Who, cause they could've used it to get in
I think I've got
there.
it figured out. I know who killed Snake and Clover.
Oh shit, okay. So Clover initially suspected that it is who could have used their number. It was only one person. Like, Clover was so sure it was Santa and Ace that had been the only ones with the combination that could get Snake in that room alone. So, but then again, Snake wasn't really dead. So, Snake plus the 9 bracelet would be a 10. So, the only one that could get into the 3rd room with that would have been... Wait, Snake in the number 2 bracelet and the number 9 bracelet would have been 2. So it had to have been Ace. It had to have been just Ace alone because Snake's 2 plus the 9 would have made an 11, which would have been 2 plus 1, 3. It was Ace. The atmosphere in the room had changed. Grief was suddenly gone, replaced by a tension-like strap of leather stretched to its limit. Ace, why did you do this? 5 sets of eyes stared at Junpei. He pretended not to notice.
Anyway, if you could all please move to the big hospital room. I'll explain everything as soon as we get there.
Then, almost as if on cue, the bell began to ring. They all heard it. It was the bell from the clock in the main staircase. Wait, do we have an hour left or are we out of time? The bell rang 5 times, then ceased.
It's 5 o'clock.
We've only got an hour left. Okay, we have an hour left. That's good.
We don't have a lot of time left. Let's go.
Slowly, one by one, they followed Junpei out of the bedroom.
Actually, before we get started, I was hoping you could do something for me.
What? Junpei stopped in front of door number 3 and turned around.
Ace, 7, and Lotus, could you please place your palms on the red?
Okay.
Huh?
Why? If we need to get to the shower room, why don't we just...
No, we're not going inside. Once you've authenticated, step away from the door.
Why?
Please, just do it. Or perhaps you don't want to know who killed Snake and Clover.
Junpei's implication was clear, and 7 understood perfectly.
Fine.
What about you, Ace? Lotus?
Very well.
Sure.
What is Junpei getting at? Quickly, they pressed their palms on the red. Once they had finished, they stepped away from the door and as Junpei had instructed. 3 asterisks shown on the red's display
I have
panel.
this idea. I don't think this device responds to a hand placed on it. It instead reacts to a bracelet being brought close. You don't actually need a hand.
Junpei approached it and held his bracelet over the scanner. He made quite sure he didn't place his palm on it, and instead only brought the bracelet near it. The 4th asterisk
I knew
appeared.
it.
Just as Junpei had expected, it was possible to authenticate without placing one's palm on the red, so as long as the bracelet was brought near it. Junpei pulled the lever down. Door 3 opened like a hungry mouth. 9 long seconds passed. As the door shut, unfed, Junpei walked slowly back to the others, who were waiting some distance from the door, talking to one another. Santa and June had joined them as well.
Huh?
It looked as though they hadn't found a chance to break into conversation yet. As Junpei approached, they turned to look at him, curiosity playing on their faces. Before long, the other 3 did as well.
What was that about?
How should I know?
Ace!
Thanks. I appreciate your cooperation.
Clearly, they'd hoped for something more forthcoming. He continued.
By the way, Ace, would you mind if I asked you something?
Oh, Ace, why did you do it?
What is it?
Do you know who I am?
Oh.
What? What kind of question?
Just answer it, please. Who am I?
You're Junpei, of course. Who else would you be?
He's going by voices.
Unfortunately, that's the wrong answer.
Oh my god.
Actually, I'm Santa.
Oh my god!
What?
Okay, we're just lying to this guy. Ace's voice was full of surprise, but it was also tinged with confusion and fear. Everyone else looked nearly as surprised. Santa, shut up! Santa looked especially shocked to discover he was actually someone else. Santa's just like, wait, who am I? In the grand scheme of it all, who am I? As he spoke, however, the trap would be exposed. Junpei quickly continued.
The clothes I'm wearing, I borrowed from Junpei.
Yeah, oh, okay, we're going with this.
And the clothes he's wearing are mine. We had a little swap.
Okay.
That's ridiculous. Impossible.
He could still recognize voices.
So, you're saying I'm not Santa?
Of course you aren't.
Your voice is different.
Why? What makes you so sure I'm not Santa?
Because your voice is different, even if he can't tell the faces apart. Wait, does it affect voices too? If it affects the ability to tell voices too, then that would make sense.
If you were Santa, then door 3 wouldn't have opened for us just now. 1 plus 7 plus 8 plus 3 equals 19.
Oh, he's using math.
1 plus 9 would be 10. The digital route would be 1. But the 4 of us just opened door 3. You can't possibly be Santa. Your bracelet number isn't 3.
It's 5, right?
Only then was it too late did Ace realize his mistake. He set his jaw and glared
You're
at Junpei.
exactly right. My bracelet number is 5.
As he spoke, Junpei lifted his wrist up to show everyone the bright red 5 on his wrist.
Sorry, Ace. I tricked you. Of course, I'm not really Santa. I'm Junpei.
Yeah.
Who could possibly think I was? It's obvious I'm not. To think I was? Ridiculous.
Junpei, you're being kind of mean, and I know we think that Ace murdered someone, but you don't have to be a dick about this. Then again, you know what? Yeah, okay, yeah, he might have murdered someone. You can be a bit of a dick.
But I guess you couldn't see just how obvious it was. I asked you before, didn't I? What makes you so sure I'm not Santa? And you answered. If you were Santa, then door 3 wouldn't have opened for us just now. Most people wouldn't say something like that.
Yeah, they'd be like, you don't...
The first thing that would come to anyone else's mind wouldn't be the bracelet number. There'd only be one thing they'd say. One sentence. You don't have his face. Ace, you have prosopagnosia, am I right?
Yeah, he does. Junpei's voice was quiet and calm. He knew the truth, so did Ace.
Prosopagnosia?
The others looked confused.
What's that?
No clue.
Prosopagnosia is...
He heard Lotus begin to explain it to them. Ace glanced at them and turned his head back toward Junpei and sighed.
Very well. I confess. I have prosopagnosia. I cannot differentiate human faces. Is that what this was about?
No, it was about you murdering Snake.
You want to mock me for my disorder?
That would be mean and wrong, so we're not gonna do that.
No, not at all. I'm not making fun of you at all. In fact, I feel kind of bad for you. No, the reason I brought this up is that there's an excellent chance the person who killed Snake has prosopagnosia.
Oh, shit. Ace's face tightened, his eyes narrowed.
What do you mean?
Junpei leaned casually against the ironing piping on one of the beds. Aw, Ace, please tell me you didn't do it.
I'll just come right out with it. I think it was you, Ace. You killed him.
Damn it, Ace! Junpei was suddenly very aware of the 5 pairs of eyes on him. He had their undivided attention now. The room had grown very, very quiet. Junpei took a deep breath.
That's ridiculous. What possible evidence do you...
I have 3 pieces of evidence. The first, think back to a few hours ago. You made us argue over the 3 doors here in the big hospital room.
But he did it in a way that guaranteed that because he was unconscious, they wouldn't be able to go through the 3rd door. Well, unless Junpei pulled some mega fucked up shit that resulted in Clover and Lotus being left behind. So, the way it was set up was, we had 2 teams that could go through the other 2 doors, but not the 3rd door unless we had people getting left behind. That's how it was set up with him.
There was no way all 7 people could go through them. Lotus suggested that we sacrifice one of us.
Like, she was right to. Lotus looked away awkwardly. Don't have any shame. You were right. Junpei glanced at her and continued.
And you, Ace, said, I'll stay here. Why would you say something like that? It's pretty simple, really. You didn't want us to see the dead body in the shower room.
Yep.
You see? If Ace stayed behind, there were only 2 doors the rest of us could go through.
Also, he would have already known that the 3rd door would have led back here.
Doors 7 and 8. There was no way we could get through door 3, the shower room.
Did he put back all the puzzle pieces so that we could solve the puzzle again, though? Or did Zero just reset it?
You knew that, didn't you, Ace? That's why you volunteered to stay behind.
And you drugged yourself to guarantee that we couldn't argue you on it.
Come on now. I think that's going a bit far. I can understand if you're jealous of my bravery, but...
Oh, I wish I could be.
Please don't devalue my actions.
Oh, wow, you're really going with this, bud.
I only wanted to save the rest of you. Surely you can understand my altruism.
You killed Snake. Well, wait, you didn't kill Snake. You killed someone you thought was Snake.
Altruism, huh?
Junpei stared off into the darkness at some very interesting and lazily began to dig out a persistent bit of wax out of his
You
ear.
already knew, didn't you? You knew that whichever doors we took, eventually we'd end up back in the big hospital room.
Yep.
What on earth are you saying? Of course I didn't know that. How could I have?
Because you went through the 3rd door to get back here.
Really?
Yes.
Pleading was not something they'd heard from Ace before. Junpei pulled out a bit of wax from his ear, glanced at it, and flicked it into the darkness. Like, Junpei's just like, yeah, I'm gonna be a dick during this. Fuck it. He killed someone.
Oh well, that's cool. I've still got 2 more pieces of evidence that say you're the killer. The second is that, as I said earlier, you have prosopagnosia.
So he wouldn't recognize the face. He wouldn't be able to tell that that wasn't Snake. Because he would have been going by the clothes, and the guy was wearing Snake's clothes.
Then you mean to imply that a person who can't distinguish human faces must be a bad person?
No, that'd be a terrible thing to say.
Junpei, they call that prejudice.
It would be. Junpei. You might want to bring up that wasn't actually Snake.
No, I am not that stupid.
Then why?
Well, before I explain, I suppose there's something I should tell you.
That's not Snake.
The corpse in the shower room. It's not Snake's.
It's not.
What?
Ace's face went pale, like, who the fuck did Ace kill then? The others looked confused as well if the body wasn't
I didn't
Snake's.
put it together right away, but there was something Clover told me. She said that Snake's left arm was prosthetic.
It was.
He lost his real arm in an accident. But the body we saw in the shower room, let's call him Guy X. Guy X's left arm was definitely flesh and blood.
Yeah, we saw the bones.
In other words, Guy X couldn't possibly have been Snake.
Oh God. No. That's impossible.
Then who the hell was that guy? How many other people are in here with us? Ace had started muttering deliriously to himself, shaking his head back and forth. Junpei was long past caring.
Let's say, hypothetically, that the killer didn't have prosopagnosia. If that were the case, he would immediately realize that Guy X wasn't Snake.
Yee.
Even if the clothes were the same as Snake's, their faces would be completely different. It would have been obvious they were different people. And yet, they still killed him. Why? Why would they kill a stranger who'd only just shown up?
Probably because they thought it was Zero.
On the other hand, if the killer did have prosopagnosia, it makes sense.
They thought Guy X was Snake and killed him.
Why did Ace want to kill Snake, though?
Wait. Wait just a moment. Let's say you're right, and I mistook Guy X for Snake. Even if I did, I would have had no motive to kill him.
What if he came at you?
Why would I want to kill Snake?
I can think of at least 2 motives. 1, Snake knew about your past. If he ever revealed what he knew, that would have been really bad for you. You really didn't want that to happen.
Yup.
So to make sure Snake's mouth stayed shut, you killed him.
Oh, god damn it, Ace.
2, Snake had a grudge against you. You knew that, or at least you could have easily assumed he did. Even without exposing your identity, he was a threat to you.
He was.
You never knew when you might be attacked. You couldn't ever let your guard down. Every moment was a moment he might try something. You didn't want that kind of danger hanging over you. So you...
Hey, hold on a minute.
For the first time since the beginning of Junpei's explanation, someone besides Ace spoke.
What's the past that Ace wouldn't want us to know? Why did Snake have a grudge against him?
Look at this.
He handed Santa a small piece of paper.
What's this piece of paper?
Santa squinted at the paper and began
The
to read.
nonary game was played once before 9 years ago. The person with the number 2 bracelet attended the game 9 years ago.
Yep, Snake was here before.
It was planned by the following 4 people. Cradle Pharmaceuticals CEO Gentaro Hongo. What is this?
Slowly, Santa looked up from the paper. His eyes met Junpei's.
It's the message from Zero. It was in the safe in the first-class cabin.
Yep. Then suddenly...
Give me a break!
Oh, God. Ace's face was red and shaking. His voice was full of fury, tinged with desperation. Okay, yep, you're not gonna just, gracefully accept this, are you?
That paper is a lie!
Okay.
Someone is trying to frame me!
Okay.
Me. You said me, right?
You just admitted that that was you on the paper. You could have said that that wasn't who you were, but you just admitted it. Junpei's eyes narrowed as the trap began to close. You fell right into it. Ace inhaled sharply. His gaze flickered off to Junpei to something else. Anything else?
Wouldn't that mean you're admitting you're Hongo, the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals?
Why would you tell him? You know, in a game where we begin off refusing to share even our names because of our paranoia, going by codenames instead, why would you tell another person what you did for a living? Why would you tell him the company you were in charge of? Such a simple mistake. Something that seems like small talk to distract yourself from the peril you're in leads to your undoing.
Or am I mistaken?
It was as though a switch had been flipped. The color drained from Ace's face as he realized what he'd done. His eyes went wide.
Very well. I admit that much.
Okay, cool. You want to admit to more now?
I am certainly the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceutical, Gentaro Hongo. So what if I am?
Well, what the shit then, dude?
I don't know anything about this nonary game that supposedly took place 9 years ago.
Okay, that's a bullshit, and we all know it.
Everything on that scrap of paper is bullshit.
Everything you're saying is bullshit.
Someone is trying to set me up, you see?
Okay.
First of all...
Ace stammered as he tried desperately to work himself into a more tenable position.
Junpei, you're claiming I did this all by myself.
No, you probably had other people with you. Actually, no, you did do it all by yourself. Oh, you mean the murder? I thought you were talking about the first nonary game. No, the first nonary game you had other people with you. Ace's murder, you just had the bracelet you picked off the ground.
Think that over, all right? How could I have killed Snake all by myself?
You took the number 9 bracelet. Check his pockets. Quick, check his pockets.
Not Snake. It was Guy X.
I don't care who it was.
Okay.
You said the killer put this other man into door 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe.
Then I couldn't have possibly done that alone. I couldn't have opened door 3 with only myself and Guy X.
Nope, you had the number 9 bracelet.
Nope, you could have.
Huh?
What a twist!
What?
Ace's face was tight, and his teeth were clenched. Junpei fixed him with a level stare. The trap was about to close.
Actually, Ace, when you were unconscious, I took something from you.
Okay, let's do this.
Remember when you were injected with that anesthetic and fell asleep in the big hospital room? Yeah, back then, I took this.
Junpei put his hand into his pocket.
No! You couldn't have!
And Ace checked to prove he really had it on him. You fell for the lie. Ace's right hand moved. Junpei smiled.
I got you, Ace. Your right hand there tells me all I needed to know. You want to tell me what you were so worried about? What's in your pocket? It's the number 9 bracelet, isn't it?
Yep.
Ace, Guy X, and the 9th man's bracelet. That was all you needed to open door 3.
It was.
That's how you killed Guy X all by yourself, Ace.
Mm-hmm.
All you needed was the number 9 bracelet in your chest pocket.
Ace lowered his hand from where it had stopped, halfway to his pocket. He looked down at the floor, his face hidden from Junpei. All he could see was the corner of Ace's mouth, twitching like a dying fish.
If you want to play innocent, that's fine by me. Go ahead, tell me. I don't have the bracelet, if that's what you want to do. But if you could take off your coat and hand it to me, I'd really appreciate it.
Like, the jig is up, man. You might as well face what's coming with some dignity.
Otherwise, we'll have to take it from you by force. Right, 7?
Yeah, 7!
Yeah, it'd be my pleasure.
7 cracked his knuckles with a sound like gunfire. Oh, okay. Ace is just... Okay. Ace roared with laughter. He threw his arms wide and his head back and laughed, filling the room with a sound that scarcely belonged there. Okay, he's lost it. Then it stopped. His arms came down, his head dropped to look straight ahead at Junpei. Oh. Oh. Does he have a gun? Did he take the gun? Because we found a gun in that room, but we decided to leave it because it'd be more dangerous for us to have it. I have a feeling that Ace might have grabbed it when no one was looking. Oh no. His face was flat and cold, devoid of any emotion.
Well done, Junpei.
Yeah, we're gonna get shot.
As you so correctly deduced, I have the number 9 bracelet.
And he also has a gun.
I retrieved it while we were searching for the missing hardware for the red.
Yep, because 7 left the door open.
I left the room I was supposed to search and headed to the first-class cabin on B deck.
Mm-hmm. His voice showed no emotion, no sense of remorse or interest. It was almost bored, as though he were reciting an especially dull corporate letter.
My purpose was to obtain the number 9 bracelet.
Okay.
9 is a potent ally in the nonary game. Adding 9 to any set of numbers won't alter the digital root.
1 plus 9 equals 10, plus 1 equals 0 equals 1. 2 plus 9 equals 11, plus 1. Yep. Yeah, 9's
As you
useful.
can see, 9 is a very useful number here.
Yeet.
With it, one can go anywhere, with anyone. It is, I suppose you could say, a game changer. So I made for the first-class cabin to obtain it. In mere moments, I successfully acquired the number 9 bracelet. There was also an unexpected bonus. The knife the 9th man had used.
Oh.
I quickly pocketed both of them and left. I made my way back to where I was expected to be. That's when I ran into Snake. Well, this guy X, actually. I spotted him ahead of me. He was heading for the large hospital room and hadn't noticed me. The man wearing Snake's clothes arrived at door 3. When he stopped, I walked up behind him and called out. Snake. He turned around.
So that's Guy X.
He said nothing. His mouth simply hung half open. He seemed dazed somehow, almost like a man half asleep.
Why the hell was there a guy wandering around here in Snake's clothes, though?
Perhaps he had been drugged. It wasn't important.
Did Zero, like... When Zero started this, did Zero, like, grab Snake, put him in the coffin, and then... And then after doing that, he left this guy here, knowing that Ace would probably kill him? What if Ace hadn't done that? Then everyone would be like, why is there this drugged guy in Snake's clothes?
I tend to gloss over little things like that. I was certain that man was Snake. I knew Snake had taken part in the nonary game 9 years ago. Being blind, it made sense that he didn't recognize me immediately upon our first meeting. But why then hadn't Snake said anything to me later? Surely he hadn't forgotten what had happened to him in the nonary game. But not once did he attempt to confront me. Did his lack of sight prevent him from fully recognizing who I was? Or perhaps Snake had conspired with Zero to deceive me.
Dude, he might not have recognized you. It was 9 years ago.
Regardless, he was a threat, and it was better to deal with him sooner rather than later.
Again, 9 years ago. I mean, even like Lotus said that her daughters were in the game, but they wouldn't talk about it. So it's possible that he just blocked it out. Just blocked all of that out. Doesn't remember a thing, doesn't remember you.
I had to get rid of him before he took action.
Okay.
With quick thinking, my plan went into motion immediately.
Okay.
I held the number 9 bracelet over the red. I waved my own bracelet in front of the red, and then grabbed Snake's arm and shoved his hand against the scanner panel. The door opened. I threw the man through it. 9 seconds later, the door shut.
Oh yeah, Ace didn't need to go through that room because, yeah, for some reason I was thinking that he went in and like bashed his skull in, but no, he just shoved him through. I don't know why I was so caught up on the idea of Ace went through the room.
81 seconds passed.
The man inside the door passed away.
After that, I returned to my post as though nothing had happened. After conducting my own search, I returned to the large hospital room when the 1 a.m. bell rang.
Ace's eyes were cold and his cheeks were hollow and pallid. Then he spoke, only his lips and tongue moved. The rest of his face was eerily still. Junpei glared at Ace. He took a deep breath and thought about the next question he had to ask. He didn't want to know. He knew what the answer would be. He just didn't want to hear it. Junpei swallowed, then spoke.
Ace, did you kill Clover?
Yes.
Why? Why?
Why? Why did you kill her?
Was she too close to figuring out the truth?
She was Snake's sister. It was possible he had told her something dangerous.
Oh my god.
Additionally, she had gone through door 1. It seemed likely she might have found it.
Found what?
Why don't you go through door 1 yourself? Perhaps it's hidden somewhere.
Seven and Lotus interrupted.
Yeah, but Lotus and I went through door 1 too.
We only have an hour before this ship sinks, by the way, guys. Like, what are we gonna do here?
We didn't see anything suspicious.
She locked herself in a room and wouldn't let you guys through it.
Yes. I thought as much after I heard your report at the central stairs. I doubt the two of you could find it.
Huh?
But perhaps Clover was different.
Okay.
Perhaps she had found it. I was, therefore, desperate to find her. And at last I did, in the first-class cabin. I spoke very calmly. Did you see it?
See what?
Don't act as if you don't understand. You were in the captain's quarters, weren't you?
Uh-huh. What are you talking about?
Very well. By the way, what are you doing here, Clover?
What? Nothing.
There's blood on your shoes. It looks fresh. Did you go take a look at the ninth man's corpse? I see. Your silence suggests that you noticed. You saw something, didn't you?
Yeah, she wanted to grab the 0 and the 9 and get out of here, but...
You saw that his bracelet was gone.
No!
Clover ran. She made for the exit, but Ace stood in her way.
You aren't going anywhere.
He caught her by the collar as she passed and threw her to the floor hard.
You're staying here.
No!
She leapt back up and darted past him into the hallway. Ace followed her at a run.
Don't you run, little girl.
Dude, Ace, I liked you. Part of this is just really embarrassing because I was so suspicious of June. I was so positive June was gonna be a traitor. And it's like, no, Clover, Ace, people except June. He was faster. Oh, god damn it.
That was how I killed Clover.
His face hadn't changed. If he felt guilt or remorse or anything one might feel after taking a life of another human being, it didn't show.
You son of a bitch!
Yep. Seven's whole body trembled with rage. His voice rumbled with hate. Damn it, Ace. Santa's eyes were bloodthirsty, and Lotus and June's faces were distorted by anger and hatred. Okay, so all 5 of us are just gonna beat the shit out of him, aren't we? Guys, anyone keeping track of the time? We have an hour before the ship sinks. Guys? Ace looked at them and smiled. It was a cold, cruel thing. No humor in it. He shook his head and sighed.
I admit it. I've lost. I have lost. Completely and utterly.
And if we don't get off this ship, we're all gonna lose with ya.
Don't misunderstand, Junpei. I didn't lose to you.
Okay.
I lost to 0. Not you.
Okay. Sure. You know, it doesn't make a difference who you lost to. You still lost.
I'm rather disgusted with myself for falling into such a simple trap.
Okay, cool. I'm disgusted with you for killing 2 people.
I looked the fool.
Yeah.
And it was a trap. Make no mistake. I was trapped and manipulated by 0.
Okay.
The man I killed in the shower room? If he wasn't Snake, then I have no idea who he was.
Why the hell was there a guy dressed like Snake here?
But he was wearing Snake's clothes. And that was no coincidence.
Why?
He had also been injected with something that reduced his cognition and prevented him from identifying himself or resisting me.
Why? Ace is in that... Snake is in that coffin.
And we can't forget the components that were removed from the red before we arrived. I have no doubt that 0 planned all of this. 0 made sure I would kill that man.
Well, like, you chose to do that, bro. If you hadn't done that, everyone else would have just come back to this room and been like, why is there some guy drugged out of his mind dressed like Snake? And then maybe we would have gotten some answers.
It follows, of course, that 0 knew everything I would do. That I would try to take the number 9 bracelet. That I would try to kill Snake. Everything.
Yeah, I guess you're pretty predictable, huh? Suddenly, Junpei remembered the paper he found in the safe. He remembered the last words 0 had written on it. I must punish them for the innocent lives they sacrificed. This is the only warning they will receive. The innocent souls might be saved. That innocent souls might be saved. I now state the truth. Then he remembered the other words he's heard from Clover.
I think 0 is one of us.
Is 0 Snake?
Huh?
One by one, Junpei looked at the 5 people standing in front of him. Ace, Santa, June, 7, Lotus.
0 is one of us? No. Wait. There's one more person. Snake. The man who died in the shower room isn't Snake.
Why would Snake throw his sister in here, though?
That means he's almost certainly still alive. Maybe Snake is 0.
But why?
Maybe he made Guy X wear his clothes so that we'd all think he was dead.
It makes sense if he's going after a bunch of the other people involved in the company. The other people he wanted to punish might have been the guy who was forced into his clothes and the dead guy in the captain's room.
Where's Snake now?
In the coffin? Someone's in there.
What if he's off somewhere laughing at us? If he is Zero, he must have been lying to us about everything else. Is he watching us?
Do you think he was lying about being blind? I don't think he was lying about being blind. Are we out of time?
Well, I believe I've finished with my confession. Why don't we get moving?
We gotta go. He sounded as if he just finished doing nothing more than nothing more exciting than describing the weather. For Santa, it was the last straw.
What the hell is this shit?
We're gonna die here. You guys had an hour. You guys had 1 hour to get off this ship before it sunk, and now we're all just gonna die because you guys can't just accept to punching him in the face, knocking him out, and carrying him out of here if we need his... Or just cutting his arm off if we need his bracelet, whatevs.
You aren't going anywhere, you son of a bitch! We're gonna leave your ass here to rot!
How do we get through the 9 doors?
Why? Because I killed Clover? That's ridiculous. Why are you so upset that I killed the little bitch?
She did murder us in the other timeline, but she was still innocent until the whole murder us in the other timeline thing.
She was nothing to you. A stranger you only met a few hours ago. Am I wrong?
She was a human being.
You bastard!
Seven roared and lifted a fist that would likely have shattered Ace's jaw. Okay, let's just see how this plays out. But someone else was faster. Oh, it was Lotus. Yeah, Lotus, throw hands. She stepped toward Ace, raised a fist of her own, and drove it straight into his nose.
Blindsiding me with a punch, huh? You've got some fire, don't you?
Lotus is the best.
I confess, I rather like a tough woman.
Ace, I'm really upset with you for all the murdering you did and all the, like, child experimentation and torture games you did, but, like, I kind of want to fist bump you for having the same taste in women as me. But no, you don't deserve it. No fist bump. No fist bump for you. He sniffed and wiped a small trickle of blood from his nose with a raised eyebrow.
Well, maybe you'd like another one then.
Before that.
Guys, the hour, the boat's gonna sink. We're all gonna drown.
Let me give you one of my own.
Oh my god, if he throws hands at her, if you fucking punch her, I swear to God, I will find you, and I will grab you, and I will tie you up, and I will rip out your eyeball, and I will leave it connected so that you are forced to watch as I torture you to death.
Huh?
I swear to God, Ace, give me a reason. Lotus scarcely had time to blink. Ace snaked his arms around her and pulled Lotus back up against it. Oh my god, and he has the fucking gun. The same motion, he reached into his coat pocket. He's gonna point a gun at her. She's his hostage. Shit. It was a gun. God damn it. I knew it. I knew it. Look, Ace. Ace, I'll do whatever you want. Just don't kill Lotus, okay? The revolver. Almost lazily, he tilted it to point at Lotus's head. God fucking damn it.
If any of you so much as blink, I won't hesitate to pull this trigger.
Okay, we gotta figure this out.
I've already killed 3 people. Don't think I'm not ready to make it
Wait, who was the fucking third? Cause Snake's alive. Who's the third person you killed? You killed the guy dressed as Snake. You killed Clover. Who's the third person you killed?
3 people? What do you mean?
Who the fuck else did you kill?
Very well. Let me take this opportunity to illuminate you.
Ace, what the fuck is your life?
The person who killed the 9th man was me.
Oh, okay.
Although I suppose to be more accurate, I encouraged him to get himself killed.
Why?
While we were examining the main staircase, he came to me and told me his name. I recognized it at once, so I gave him a little push. Just a little white lie. It seems the settings for the dead were altered. Now it only requires a single person to deactivate the detonator in the bracelet. Investigate what's beyond door 5. We'll meet again later.
Why would he believe that?
And with that...
Okay. Have a good one, guys. I'm going off ahead now. Well then.
He was a fucking idiot.
Why is it stopping? God damn it! You lied!
I can't believe I ever suspected June.
Please, I'm begging you. Help me. Please get me out of here. Get me out of here.
Bro, we can't.
Oh my god. There's no time left. Listen, I was lied to. He lied to me. He put me in here. It was him. He killed me.
Give us a name, you dumb fuck.
I had 4 reasons for killing him. As I said before, in the nonary game, the number 9 bracelet is of utmost importance.
Okay, yeah, you killed him because you wanted the bracelet. Okay.
If I had allowed him to keep such a useful tool, he, or it, would have become a threat to me.
Yeah.
As such, I decided that he should be eliminated early on.
Makes sense.
I wanted the number 9 bracelet.
Yep.
If I could manage to obtain it, I would be able to manipulate the game as I saw fit. I would be unable to acquire the bracelet unless its owner was dead. That's the second reason. Even setting aside his number, he would have been nothing but trouble for me.
Because he knew who you were.
He was aware of my past. He knew what happened here 9 years ago.
Why did you do that 9 years ago?
It was important that I eliminate him before he was able to disseminate this information. Lastly, I wished to conduct a simple test.
Oh my god.
A test to see if this nonary game was serious, or a poor attempt at a joke.
Oh yeah, great joke.
I needed to be quite sure.
Okay.
As such, I encouraged him to act against the rules so that I might observe the outcome.
Okay. Junpei glared at him.
I don't get your third motive. What the hell happened 9 years ago?
He did this whole child experimentation thing, and it got wild.
Didn't I say? The nonary game was played. I planned it out, and I conducted its execution.
Why? Because you wanted to make a bunch of kids telepaths?
Why? What on earth was it supposed to do?
I don't really think I have any obligation to tell you that.
Oh my god. Okay then. Ace smirked. He was trying to provoke them, and it was working. Although Ace had paid very little attention to Lotus after catching her, the gun never wavered from her temple. She looked quite pale, and when she spoke, her voice shook.
Hey, what's with this gun?
Oh yeah, we found a gun earlier, and Junpei should have kept it for himself, but thought it would be too dangerous, so we left it behind, and Ace grabbed it instead. Isn't that so much safer than you having it, Junpei?
Where did he get this?
Why don't you tell her, Santa?
Santa ground his teeth and glared at Ace.
On the other side of door 6, we found the gun in the coffin in the cargo room, right?
Yep.
Bastard must have grabbed it when we weren't looking.
Indeed I did. That was a pretty serious mistake, you know. Just saying you intended to leave it behind.
Ace laughed, a short, derisive snort, and gave Junpei a sickeningly pitying look.
Well, there isn't much time left. I'll be off then.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, where are you going?
Do I really need to explain? I had assumed it would be obvious. I have the number 9 bracelet, and now I have Lotus.
Wasn't there a door with a 9 on it in the room that looked like a church? That's
Yep.
where you're going, isn't it?
And how do you know that?
Santa told me about it while we were looking for Clover.
I see. Well, you are correct. That is my destination. But now I must say goodbye to all of you.
Once he gets to the other side of that door, he's definitely gonna kill Lotus because he doesn't want her telling people what happened.
Ah, and please, don't forget my warning.
As horrible as it is, the smartest thing to do would be to all just rush him and take him down here, because if we let him go with Lotus through that door, he's gonna kill her anyway because she knows too much. And he's gonna wait for an opportunity to find and kill the rest of us too. We have to risk, even if we have to risk him shooting her, I think everyone just needs to rush him. Because she's gonna die no matter what at this point. The main thing is making sure Ace doesn't kill everyone else too.
Move and I'll pull the trigger. I don't need her alive to open the door, you know.
He's gonna kill her once they get to the other side, though. As he spoke, Ace began backing toward the door, practically dragging Lotus behind him.
Shit! He's getting away! But we can't risk it.
Lotus is gonna die no matter what. He's gonna kill her once they go through that door. She knows too much. Junpei, Santa, June, and Seven stood frozen. Ace had the face of a man gone mad. They had no doubt he would pull the trigger. Ace had reached the exit.
Now, Lotus, open the door for me if you would.
He forced Lotus to open it, then turned and addressed them once more.
Goodbye.
Then he stopped through the door. It fell shut. In the blink of an eye, they were gone. As soon as Ace and Lotus were gone, Junpei and the others leapt for the door in pursuit of Ace. But as Junpei laid his hand on the doorknob... Oh, great, and she's fainted. There was a noise behind them. Guys, just pick up June, and carry her. We need to be on the move. He looked over his shoulder. June was kneeling on the floor, breathing heavily.
Hey, June, what happened? Are you alright?
She fainted again. We just pick her up and carry her. We need to be on the move. Santa ran to June and wrapped his arm around her before she could collapse all the way.
Jesus, you're burning up. Your fever's back. Are you okay?
June's fever had returned, again, for no apparent reason. Her eyes were watery and her eyelids were dropped. Her breath came dry, shallow gasps.
I'm okay. Really, I'm fine. You should be worrying about Lotus.
Her breathing was hard now. She could barely summon the strength to talk.
But...
Junpei was torn. He couldn't leave June all alone in the state she was on. Seven can just pick her up and carry her. But every moment they waited, Ace was farther away, with Lotus's life in his hands. What was Junpei supposed to do? June's eyes drifted to Junpei's. She managed to muster a weak smile.
Junpei, don't worry about me. I just need a little rest. I'll be fine.
We do not have time for that. Santa, come with me. We're gonna rush ahead. Seven, carry her.
Don't you remember? I just needed to rest a little bit last time.
Actually, we probably need Seven for some ass kicking, so Santa, you strong enough to carry her?
So please save Lotus.
Think about what Ace has already done, Junpei. When he's got what he needs from Lotus, you really think he's just gonna let her walk away?
He's gonna kill her because she knows too much.
Damn it. You guys go on ahead. As soon as June starts feeling better, we'll follow you. Go!
Just carry her. Look at her. How heavy can she be? Junpei looked at June. She nodded once. She couldn't manage much more. But it was all the confirmation Junpei needed. His resolve was set.
All right. Come on, Seven. We're going after Ace.
Hell yeah!
We're gonna get shot.
Santa, you take good care of June. I'm trusting you.
They're gonna drown.
Got it.
Santa nodded. Junpei turned before he had a chance to change his mind and started running toward the door. He could hear Seven's heavy footsteps behind him.
Let's go!
Junpei and Seven exploded in the hallway, their feet pounding the metal floor as they ran. We're gonna get shot. This is how this is gonna end. We're gonna get shot, and they're gonna drown. How much of that hour do we even have left at this point? The ship's gonna sink. We're gonna go down with it. Junpei and Seven had finally arrived at the church, exhausted and out of breath. As their lungs struggled to catch their breath, their eyes frantically scanned the room.
Where are they?
They probably already went through the door.
I don't see them.
They had a head start.
You think they already went through?
Probably. Why would they stay? He reached up to wipe a palm of sweat from his brow.
Maybe.
Even as he spoke, Junpei was already on his way to the larger than number 9 doors.
Let's check the red.
Vacant. He spun around and headed toward the smaller door. The red would tell him if Ace and Lotus had moved to another room. Engaged.
It's occupied.
They're in there.
That means Ace and Lotus went through here.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Junpei and Seven stepped away from the door. They retreated to the center of the room and began to talk.
What do we do now?
Go back and get the others. We can't go in there while it's engaged.
Yeah, what should we do? Well, the big door is still vacant, but...
The two of us can't do anything with it.
Yeah, not even counting how our digital route isn't 9.
Just then, as they were pondering what to do next... Oh! Okay, yeah, the coffin. Right, forgot about that. Okay, let's go. A noise like someone hitting a thick wooden panel.
What's that sound?
That's someone in a coffin. Yep. Junpei looked up, surprised. Seven followed suit, his eyes jumping around the room, looking for the source of the sound.
It's coming from over there.
If the coffin's a rockin', don't come a knockin'. Oh god, that was horrible. It wasn't progressively long before they found the altar, or more precisely, what was on it.
The coffin.
Yeah.
Let's open it.
How?
By force!
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I think we gotta do another puzzle.
Well, you never know till you try, right? The only necessity for success is the willingness to suffer 1,000 failures.
Okay.
Who said that?
I forget.
Okay.
Anyway, we've gotta try.
Junpei and Seven leapt the coffin. They grabbed the hold of what purchase they could find and pulled.
Damn it!
See? Didn't I tell you? If you could just pull it open, why would it have something like that?
Seven pointed at a keypad on the side of the coffin.
Right. So unless I put in the right passcode, it's not gonna open.
The noise hadn't stopped. In fact, as it continued, it only gotten louder and more forceful. How much air is in that coffin? Because I didn't see any holes in it. What were they supposed to do, Junpei wondered?
Is there some sort of clue somewhere?
It probably only had 9 hours worth of air in it, and now that we're in the last hour, they're having a very hard time breathing. They stood there for a few moments, staring at the coffin, and then Seven spoke.
Hey, Junpei. I remember you mumbling about some weird numbers over by the bathroom in the first-class cabin.
Oh, the code to the safe.
You got those numbers by solving the secret message Clover was holding, right? Truth had gone, or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. What about it?
Well, maybe that number's the passcode for this thing, too.
Come on, that's impossible. Those numbers were the code to unlock that safe.
Maybe they were for more than one thing.
Yeah, but the person who set up that safe in this coffin is the same person, right? Zero set up both of these.
Yeah, probably.
Well, then they might have set the same passcode for both of them.
That's ridiculous.
Why don't you just try it? I mean, it's not like you'll make things any worse.
Maybe it'll blow up.
It'd just be a waste of time. There's no way they're the same number.
Just do it. Arguing about it is a waste of time, too.
How do you know that? You never know until you try. The only necessity for success is the willingness to suffer 1,000 failures.
Who said that?
You did, like 5 minutes ago.
You.
Fine.
He knelt down in front of the keypad and looked at it. Perhaps because he repeated it so many times before, the numbers came easily to Junpei's mind.
1438 3421.
Quickly, he typed them in. I love how at this point it doesn't even ask me to put the codes in, it just does it for me. It's nice. He checked that he'd entered the right numbers, took a deep breath, and pressed the E button. It only took a moment.
What? You gotta be kidding me.
There was a click. Okay, so who's in here? I think it's gonna be Snake. With a heavy clunk, the lid off the coffin slid onto the floor. Someone sat up from inside. Yay! It was
Snake!
Snakey! Snake! I knew it! Why are you in a cult getup?
You? Why?
Ah, those voices. Junpei and Seven, unless I'm mistaken.
What happened?
Where are the others? Are they elsewhere?
Of course, there was no reason Snake would have known anything about where anyone would be. Oh, dibs on not telling him his sister's dead. I don't want to be the one to pull the pin on that grenade. Junpei and Seven looked at one another, and there was a great deal they needed to know, but his bracelet's gone. They had to tell him something, however, so they began to talk. Snake explained to them how he came to be locked in the coffin. Apparently, he'd been hit with some sort of knockout gas, and Junpei and Seven explained what had happened to the rest of them.
I see. I believe I got the gist of everything. Have I been sufficiently caught up?
Did you guys tell him about his sister getting murdered, or... No, there's one thing that kept from him. Yeah, they didn't want to tell him that. There's one thing, however, that neither Seven nor Junpei could bring themselves to say. That Ace had killed Clover. They feared that if Snake knew, he might, well, go insane.
Yeah.
They decided as much by a look in that moment Snake had climbed it. They decided as much by a look in the moment as Snake had climbed out of the coffin. He's gonna be more upset that you didn't tell him.
But that still doesn't explain why you were trapped in here.
We've still got no clue about Zero's true identity, let alone why the hell he's doing all this. Why did he put Guy X in Snake's clothes? Is all this stuff somehow related to that nonary game that was played 9 years ago?
Hey, Snake, do you know anything?
Junpei put the question to Snake. His answer was less than illuminating.
What are you talking about? I apologize, but I have no idea what you're saying.
It seemed as though Snake was perhaps not being entirely honest, but the knowledge did Junpei and Seven little good.
Oh, come on, just tell us if you know.
I don't know what to tell you. How can I know something I don't?
No matter how many times they asked, he insisted that he knew nothing. It was becoming clear that Snake wouldn't give in, and every time they spent asking him was a second wasted. It's possible that Snake genuinely doesn't remember being in the nonary game.
This is bad. We're running out of time.
We need to go after Ace.
However, they stood in silence, the overpowering atmosphere of the chapel almost stifling. Junpei, Seven, and Snake simply stood at a loss for what they should do next.
What do we do now?
He glanced over at Snake's wrist. Sure enough, he could see the 2 on the bracelet on Snake's wrist.
The 3 of us can't make a digital route of 9.
Yeah, we just get 5.
We're stuck here then.
If we got Clover's bracelet off of her dead body, then we could get 9. Though June and Santa would be pretty much screwed.
Oh. Hey, I just remembered something.
Seven began patting his pocket as if he were checking to see if any of them held anything. Oh, did Seven take Clover's bracelet?
What? What is it?
I found something earlier.
Oh god, Snake's gonna be so fucking pissed.
What did you find?
This.
He finally found the pocket he had wanted and his hand dove into it. Seven pulled out something round and metal. Ooh! It's zeros! Oh, you took zeros from the captain's room. There was no mistaking the number glowing at them from the face like a cartoon eye.
0. Zero's bracelet.
What did you say? Are you saying that 7 has the number 0 bracelet?
Yeah.
Where did you get that?
Snake's question was innocent enough, but if he learned the truth, if he'd been able to see, he would have noticed Seven look away.
Clover gave it to me.
Oh, she had it on her, because she was still planning to do her thing. It's just that Snake killed her. It's just that Ace killed her first. Okay, so Seven and Snake can take the 0 bracelet to go through the 9th door. That's going to leave Junpei, Santa, June, and Clover, I guess, if you want to count her bracelet, behind. So that would give them... Would that be enough? I'm going to pull up the calculator real quick. So that would be 3 plus 5 plus 6 plus 4 digital root. So yeah, us taking... If we took Clover's bracelet off her body, then the rest of us could follow through another door. So you two can go through that door. The three of us, then I go back, get Clover's bracelet, and then meet up with June and Santa, and we go through another. The problem is if both of them are ever going to be listed as vacant again, or we're just going to be stuck with them being occupied while we drown.
She did?
Yeah.
How did she come by it?
Well, she found it. See, on the other side of door 1, A deck, in the captain's quarters. She asked me to hold on to it because it was too big and bulky for her to be lugging around.
He's lying.
Yeah. Junpei could tell right away that Seven wasn't telling the truth.
He even told us earlier.
I haven't actually looked at it yet. Didn't want to disturb the crime scene, you know? Basic stuff. Well, I did borrow one thing.
He probably said that so Snake doesn't find out about Clover.
Yeah, we agreed to lie to Snake.
Junpei. Been nice knowing you.
Wait, what?
Come on, man, I'm just kidding. Still, just in case, I want to make sure the Zero bracelet gets picked up by the Red. Snake, give me a hand, all right?
Without waiting for a response, he started walking over toward the door. This is... we do have enough that if it's just we get June, Junpei, Santa, and Clover's bracelet can open another door. So we would just need to hope that they become vacant again and they aren't just stuck and occupied. Junpei and Snake followed him quietly. Before long, they found themselves in front of the larger of two doors. Seven and Snake put their palms in the red. Once they'd done that, Seven put the Zero bracelet on the scanner as well. The third asterisk appeared on the screen. Now they just needed to pull the lever and the door would open.
Huh?
Error.
Why isn't it opening?
Maybe it doesn't want to count 0. Oh, so then in the axe ending, then Clover definitely drowned.
Well, the third asterisk lit up, so it must have registered the Zero bracelet.
Maybe it isn't actually 0.
Maybe it's 1. Maybe it's like the 10. Maybe it stands for 10, and that counts it as 1.
Huh?
What?
That bracelet may not actually produce the number 0 when scanned.
Oh, yeah, Clover definitely drowned in the axe ending then.
That is what I'm saying.
Maybe it counts as 10, so it just gives you another 1?
Why don't we try a few different combinations? Perhaps we can determine what number that bracelet actually contains.
Oh, got it!
Junpei nodded. They decided to use the following combination. Okay, so my idea is that the bracelet is 10. In which case, Snake, Junpei, and 7 would be 9 plus 5, 4, 15. Snake plus Junpei would be 6, 7. Junpei plus 7 would be... Junpei plus 7 would be 14. The bracelet would just... let's just all try.
Let's try all 3 of us and the bracelet.
Equals 14.
If this combination works, then the number for this bracelet is 4.
Oh. Okay.
Didn't open.
Then this bracelet is not 4.
Clover's 4.
Then... let's try me, 7, and the bracelet. If this combination works, then the number for this bracelet is 6.
June is 0. June 6. The 0 bracelet.
Open.
The 0 bracelet is 6. The 0 bracelet is 6. June is 6. June is 0. June 0. June is 0. I knew it. I knew it was her. I knew it. I was wrong about Clover, and I was wrong about Ace, but I'm right about June. Dear God, I really hope I'm right about June this time, otherwise I'm gonna look like an idiot.
Yes, so it would seem.
7 clearly hadn't thought their experimentation would produce anything useful and looked rather confused. Snake was, as usual, calm and smug. Door slid closed. Junpei's forehead furrowed as he thought. So we do have a way out of here, because Oh god, are we gonna have to leave Santa behind?
That means the bracelet is actually 6. But how is that possible? The display on the bracelet clearly shows a 0.
June is 0. Suddenly, from somewhere far beneath them, they heard a creak and a grunt of tearing metal. With that came the sound of water pouring parts of the ships that had until recently been dry. Okay, you know what? Sucks for June and Santa, but we gotta go. Should've just carried her. Should've just carried her here, but they're gone. It's too late. The three of us need to book it.
Oh man, that's not good. I guess our time's just about up, huh?
At any rate, we know now that the door can be opened. Let's go.
He knows Clover's dead. He knows that Clover is dead. He has to. Because even though we haven't told him, he's still willing for us to leave now, which would mean leaving Clover behind. And he wouldn't be willing to do that if he knew she was alive. So he has to know that she's dead.
But, Snake, are you sure?
Yeah. You know that only Junpei and I can go through this way.
You needn't worry. I have a solution to this problem. My last resort. But if now is not the time for last resorts, then when?
Is he gonna take his arm off?
Last?
Resort?
Is he gonna take his arm off? Is he just gonna, like... If the bracelet's attached to the arm that's prosthetic... What's... Are we gonna just look... What's his last resort? Junpei 7 and Snake ran full tilt down a long, straight hallway. They were headed for a stern of the ship and had no time for distractions. So he did just take the arm off, right? As they ran, 7 spoke.
Gotta admit, you really surprised me there, kid. I couldn't figure out how the hell you were gonna get out of that one. How come you didn't do that right off the bat?
As I told you, it was a last resort.
Yeah, like, prosthetic arms are expensive.
Had I used it at the beginning of the game, I would have come under a great deal of suspicion. I imagine that most people would have taken it to mean that I was Zero. Once they'd convinced themselves of that, I wasn't optimistic about my chances of making it out of here alive, let alone unscathed. I felt it best to play my cards close to the chest, as it were. That way, if I were in a situation where there was nothing else I could do, I'd have a little trick up my sleeve.
He pulled off his arm.
I'd just take my bracelet off.
Yeah. Snake's plan had been simple but effective. He simply removed his bracelet. How? Junpei, it had looked as though Snake has simply crushed the bones of his hand until they were small enough to fit through the wristband. Of course, that would have been practically impossible, so how would he done it?
My brother's left arm is, it's not like a normal person's arm. It's fake. It's not a real arm.
Plus, if he had done that right at the beginning, then he would have been down a hand. Snake had slid the bracelet off and tossed it into the coffin.
I know this is kind of a weird thing to say, but I'm glad that's a fake arm.
Don't have to be afraid of the door if you don't got a bracelet.
You are correct.
He walked through the door easily without authenticating. He stepped out the other side, unscathed, and he began running down the hall alongside 7 and Junpei. They kept running for a while and eventually came upon a set of stairs leading downward to the right side of the hallway. So yeah, Santa and June are just, they're gonna drown. They stopped and peered down the staircase.
I think these stairs connect to the bottom deck.
Doesn't look like it's underwater.
They nodded and quickly to one another and jogged down the stairs. Okay, so we find the submarine? It only took a few minutes to make their way to the bottom deck. There was a single hallway in front of them, at the end of which was a single door.
Let's go through that door.
Junpei threw it open. Inside was a massive iron gate, a plate affixed to the top of it. It read Incinerator.
Incinerator?
Oh my. That doesn't sound very pleasant.
Kablooey!
Do you see a lever near the gate, perhaps?
Yeah, right over here.
How did you know that?
Well, I'd be happy to regale you with the story. I imagine it should only take half...
Junpei grumbled and gave Snake a dirty look, and so jogged over to the lever.
If you pull it, the door ought to open.
Got it.
Pull the lever down. With a rumble of an ancient motor, the door opened. There was no need to hold back, and no time to hesitate. They pushed their way inside. Standing in front of them were Ace and Lotus. Oh, shit! Ace just put the gun down. Ace still held the revolver in his hand. It was still pressed hard against Lotus's temple. A small dark bruise had begun forming near the tip. Even from several yards away, Junpei could see that Lotus was shaking. She was terrified. But perhaps more interesting was what Junpei saw behind them. Oh, the true door number 9. Another number 9 door.
What? Why? Why is there another one?
The door stopped Junpei in his tracks. It simply shouldn't have been there. As if his brain had finally considering why. Well, with the group we had, we could have split into 2 groups to go through those 2 different number 9 doors before getting here. Where then we would have had to make the final decision of these are the only people getting out of here. Or it would have simply been more of we split into that, we take turns going one at a time. But who knows if after you authenticate it, it will ever be vacant again, or if it will just be permanently stuck in use. The whine of a warring klaxon filled the air, drowning out any thought.
Warning.
Oh yeah, the ship's going down.
Warning. Emergency incineration command
Oh shit.
has been acknowledged.
Oh shit. We're all gonna die.
Automatic incineration will take place in 9 minutes.
Okay, cool.
Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
We're in the incinerator, guys! Great! Okay. Literally, we just gotta... Oh, fuck. We just gotta take care of this.
Oh my, how exciting.
Dude.
You've run quite a show here, Zero.
A terrifying smile twisted Ace's face.
What's the matter? Too frightened to understand?
Oh my god.
Here, let me explain.
It's said that the incineration system is about to activate. In 9 minutes, this room will be engulfed in flame.
Who are you?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's just... Oh god. I don't think you should tell him. I don't think we should let him know this is Snake.
You don't recognize me? I'm hurt. It's me, Snake.
Okay, sure, tell him that then. You're gonna get shot.
Snake? Oh yes, you are alive.
Yeah.
I'm afraid your bizarre style had me confused. I'm quite glad to see that you're alive.
So you can kill him again? Ace's voice didn't change. Snake ground
If
his
you
teeth.
don't mind my asking, how did you get here? Snake, Junpei, 7. The 3 of you couldn't have opened a door with a 9. Did you use Clover's bracelet, perhaps?
Oh, fuck, yep. Here it comes.
What?
Ah, well, your reaction suggests that you did not.
Hold on. Why did you think we'd have Clover's bracelet?
Oh, yeah. You know how we didn't tell him that his sister was dead? Maybe we should have told him that.
Oh, they haven't told you?
Told me what?
Clearly not.
Oh, God.
Normally, I would take some time and enjoy the moment. But I'm afraid my time is at a premium just now. I'll have to make this quick. Clover.
Don't do it, Ace! Keep your goddamn mouth shut!
He needs to find out eventually!
Clover.
I said stop it! Don't listen to him, Snake.
Junpei could feel his voice going hoarse, but Snake didn't listen to him.
What happened to Clover?
Oh, God. Ace looked at him. The corner of his mouth curled into a hook of a cruel smile.
Clover died.
The color left Snake's face. He shook his head weakly.
That's not true. That's impossible. It's a lie. It has to be a lie.
Oh, it's quite true. I can assure you of that. I killed her myself, you see.
Yep.
What?
Snake's about to kick his ass. Fuck him up, Snake. I believe in you.
I'm sorry, did I stutter? I killed her.
Snake, remember how you said how in a fight between you and Junpei, you were pretty sure you'd probably win? Square up. Fight Ace. Do it. Kick his ass. Snake's face twisted into a mask of rage, melted red rising to dot his pale face. His entire body shook. He looked at Junpei disturbingly, like a demon.
I would have rather she died with less suffering.
Oh my fucking god.
A bullet in her brain, perhaps, would have been ideal. Unfortunately, that would have made quite a bit of noise.
Snake is either gonna kick his ass or get shot trying to.
Circumstances being what they were, I was forced to settle for the knife. The one the ninth man had. You remember.
Where did he even get that knife?
I believe I caught her just below the shoulder blade.
Oh, God.
I was rather lucky, in fact. My first thrust went right between her ribs. Her flesh was so soft.
Dude, what the shit?
My knife slid in so easily. There was no resistance. That feeling was... I confess, I feel rather excited. It is a powerful memory.
Ace, what the fuck?
Someday, perhaps, I hope I can feel it again.
Oh, great. So you're just gonna, like, leave the death game and decide to become a serial killer.
Incineration will begin in 7 minutes.
We're gonna die.
I'm going to kill you.
Do it! I believe in you! Snake's words were a guttural growl, barely audible.
What was that?
He said he's gonna kill you.
I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Ah, so you're going to kill me.
Yep-er-doodle.
Please do. Come now. I'm waiting.
Don't do it! Don't listen to him, Snake!
Yeah, I think Snake's beyond the point of being reasoned with.
Stop it, kid. He's screwing with your head.
Is there a problem? What are you waiting for, boy? Don't you want me to send you to join your sister?
Look, I know that Ace has a gun, but for some reason, my money is still on Snake for this fight.
Don't! The Snake!
Don't do it!
But Snake could no longer hear them. Snake could no longer hear anything. Oh, he's running for it. Okay, he's coming for it! Snake moved like a bolt of lightning. The scream echoed through the incineration chamber, full of rage and despair.
Snake! Snake!
Oh god, he's gonna get shot. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Okay, yep. Snake is shot. Okay. Shit. Shit. Yeah, he's dead. Another scream filled the room. It was Lotus. She ran across the room toward Junpei, her eyes wide with terror. Okay, so we did get Lotus away from it. And her Junpei 7 and the 0 bracelet that's actually 6 can get out of the number 9 door. We just need to take care of Ace. And it's like, okay, he just has a gun. Oh shit, yeah, this is gonna be hard.
Lotus! Hurry! This way!
Snake's ill-fated attack had loosened Ace's grip on her. She'd made a run for it. She'd reached 7 and Junpei and ducked behind them.
Incineration will begin in 5 minutes.
Oh, fucking shit.
Give me the woman.
No. He raised the
I
gun.
need her.
Well, fuck you.
Without her bracelet,
Yeah, you can get burned to death, you fucking asshole.
I will be unable to open this door.
Yeah, no one wants you to open this door.
Quickly now. I don't have time for your shenanigans.
I love how this guy's pointing a gun at us and Junpei's taking the time to do some quick math in his head. In the center of the room, Snake's body lay eerily still. He looked like a human larva, prone and vulnerable on the
I
floor.
see. Then it would seem I have no choice.
Oh god, he's gonna start firing.
The rest of you must die as well.
Oh shit.
Fortunately, I have 5 bullets left. 1 for Junpei, another for Lotus, and the last 3 for that lump of idiotic man you call 7.
Fuck you, 7's amazing.
I will take Lotus's body with me and leave this room.
Incineration will begin in 4 minutes.
Okay, you got enough time to do that?
Well, it looks as though our time together is at an end.
Please tell me that Snake is just playing dead and he's gonna shoot up from the ground and absolutely wreck this man's shit. Snake, I believe in you.
I rather enjoyed playing with you.
Damn it!
Junpei could see Ace's finger tighten. He could see it begin to squeeze down on the trigger. His body tense, preparing for the catastrophic impact of hot lead against human flesh. Then it happened.
Kill you.
Yeah, Snake! I knew it! I knew you were playing possum! I knew you'd get back up to wreck this man's shit! Snake stood up.
What? No, that's impossible.
For the first time, Ace's composure broke. With obvious effort, Snake lunged forward, one step closer to Ace, then another. He looked for all the world like a zombie.
I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Go, Snake! His voice was the mournful wailing of the undead.
Stay away from me. Get back.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Stop. If you come any closer, I'll get away from me.
Little by little, Ace was retreating. Snake didn't stop. He continued his stiff, inexorable approach, his eyes twin pools of pure fury.
Listen to me. I said don't come any closer. Shit! You bastard!
And somebody just wasted all of his bullets. 5 times in the air, the incinerator was split by the crack of a bullet. Snake's body twitched as 5 clouds of blood tore flesh and leapt into the air across his body. A fine pink mist drifted from his body and disappeared. Junpei didn't have time to ponder what that meant before. And then, his strength was gone. His legs crumbled. Broken and battered, a body slid to the floor.
Incineration will begin in 3 minutes.
Guys, we need to go. Snake just saved all of us. We need to leave.
Finally. You're
out of bullets. But Snake wasn't done.
I'll kill you.
Snake is the coolest. Even as the pool of blood beneath him grew, he began to move. He half crawled, half slid toward Ace. One bloody arm wrapped itself around Ace's leg.
You won't get away.
And then the other gripped his thigh with strength that should have been long gone.
You son of a bitch! You're a monster! Get off me! Let me go, damn you!
Good job, Snake! He kicked at Snake with his free leg, driving his foot into Snake's face, his arm, his shoulder. It made no difference. Snake refused to release him. Once a snake has ensnared its prey, rarely does it release it.
This is it, Ace. We're going to burn to death together.
And if the 3 of us don't want to be part of it, we need to boogie.
What?
Incineration will begin in 2 minutes.
Yeah, damn it! Damn you! Get off! Let me go, you monster! Okay, look. Think about it this way.
Think about it what way?
My company owns a wonderful hospital. It has excellent doctors.
And? Can they bring his sister back from the dead?
You're not wounded too seriously. I'm sure they can fix you up easily.
Can they fix Clover?
You don't have to die. You could be saved. Just let me go.
Clover can't, and that's what really matters to him here.
Pathetic. Begging for your life.
Then Seven and Lotus began to speak. Junpei could hear tears in their voices, and their words were strained.
Snake, that's enough! You can stop now!
He's making it so that you 3 can get out of here alive. Hurry.
Yes! He's right, Snake! You've done enough!
Come on, Snake, let's go! Let's get out of here!
You have to come with us! We have to leave together!
He's not gonna leave with you guys. He's staying behind to make sure you can escape. Don't waste his sacrifice. Snake turned toward them. He coughed, and blood splattered across the floor. Then he smiled, a sad sort of smile.
I apologize, but I'm afraid I can't do that. You'd best forget about me. You need to leave soon. I'm going to take him with me.
You were a real one, Snake.
Shut up! Be quiet!
I couldn't save Clover. My sister died because of me.
No.
Perhaps this will begin to atone for that.
You're a hero, Snake.
Perhaps in the afterlife, she can forgive me. Now go. Go now. You have to go.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Incineration will begin in 1 minute.
We really gotta go.
God damn it! Shit! We're out of time!
We gotta go.
We gotta go!
Yeah. Seven ran toward the exit. Lotus followed him. But Junpei couldn't move. Seven, pick up and carry Junpei. There were white lines down Snake's cheeks where his tears had washed the blood away. He was broken, body and soul, and Junpei felt as though half of his own heart had been torn out. His eyes stung, and he tried desperately to swallow and clear the lump in his throat.
Junpei, what are you doing? You have to get out of here now!
Junpei's chest tightened, pulled taut by anger, misery, and a cold feeling of emptiness. Pure emotion surged through his heart alongside the torrent of blood. He could feel it building, a tremendous wave growing taller and taller and taller, and then it broke, crashing down with thunderous force onto his shaken, unprepared mind.
Snake! Snake!
Junpei's rational mind was gone. He was driven by instinct now, and he launched himself across the floor at Snake and Ace. Or he tried to.
Wait! Don't be an idiot, Junpei!
Junpei, we have less than a minute. You need to go. He felt a hand grabbed him from behind. It was Seven. Before he had time to react, the larger man had pinned Junpei's arms to his side and was hauling him bodily back toward the door. We need to leave.
No! No! I have to help Snake!
Snake has made his choice. He is sacrificing himself to ensure that you three escape. Do not waste it. Go!
Snake! Snake! Get off of me! Let me go!
Incineration will begin in 10 seconds.
We need to go! Oh, we need to go.
7, 6.
Damn it, I don't get a choice, kid! Don't blame me for this, alright?
Yep, just knock him out.
5, 4, 3.
Yep, just knock him out. Drag him to the door.
1, 0. Gates 2 and 3 are locked down. Beginning incineration.
Junpei felt Seven's fist buried deeply in his stomach, and then his legs turned to mush. Seven scooped him up with the same motion and leapt through the door. It slammed shut behind them. Junpei struggled to shaky feet. He glanced over to see Lotus only a short distance away. Junpei ran to the door. He made his decision. He wants to be with his sister again. And he wants the three of you to stay alive, while the man who did this stays behind to burn to death. Snake made his choice, Junpei, and you can't change it. There was a small window cut into it. Inside he could see Ace and Snake.
Jared! Damn you all! Why? Why?
You murdered a bunch of people, dude!
Why me?
Because you did, like, child experimentation!
I don't deserve this!
You kinda do!
Answer me! Answer me, Zero! Why?
Because you do deserve it!
Why? Zero! Zero!
Okay. Okay. This is happening.
Zero!
What did you think was gonna happen when you told Snake you killed his sister? Because I knew what was gonna happen. I knew he was gonna beat the shit out of you, and he did. He didn't know how much time had passed. He didn't know how long he stood there in front of the incinerator. He looked to the side. Lotus's face was ashen. If not for the hand she put against the wall, Junpei didn't think she could have stood. Wait. Okay, yeah, she's okay. Seven looked old and tired and used. His eyes stared at the floor, seeing nothing. Junpei said nothing. He simply began to walk towards the open door in the hallway they'd come down earlier.
Hey, wait! Junpei!
Junpei, where are you going?
He blinked. Their voices broke the silence. He stopped.
You stay here. I'll go get Santa and June.
I'm pretty sure the ship is sinking.
You're gonna bring them here?
How?
Don't worry about that. Just stay here and wait, all right?
We have to get Clover's bracelet off her body. He began to walk again. He looked over his shoulder and watched Seven and Lotus grow smaller and smaller. They stared back, not moving. He wasn't sure if they could. He turned around again. He knew where he was going.
I saw an elevator on the way here. If I can get it to work, then maybe...
Before long, Junpei found himself in front of the elevator. Next to the door was a button with a triangle on it.
Please work.
He pushed it and the door opened.
Yes.
Junpei was in the large hospital room.
June! Santa!
He kept calling and walked to the center of the room. But try as he might, he couldn't find them.
Damn it. Where did they go?
You should have just carried her. Increasingly frustrated and increasingly worried, Junpei left the hospital room. He had no choice. He would have to look for them. Junpei's heart was heavy. He couldn't shake the feeling that there was a part of him he felt it would go wrong to, even if he could. With every step, his legs felt more and more like lead. I think June is 0. I think that's why the 0 bracelet was a 6. I'm back to being suspicious of June. Sometime later, Junpei found himself at the chapel. I mean, we found out who the killer was. We found that out. But we didn't find out who 0 is. And I think it's June, because, like, come on. The 0 bracelet is a 6. He steps inside, expecting to find nothing. But there on the red carpet in the center of the room... Oh, what the... June! No, codenames didn't matter any longer. She was Connie. Junpei cried her name, then ran. Like lightning, he ran across the room toward her.
Connie!
He stumbled to a stop. He looked down at her body, lying so still on the floor, he felt the icy grip upon his heart. Where's Santa? She was still, so very still.
It can't be. It's impossible.
Slowly, Junpei bent down toward her. His hand shook, and he felt very cold and very hot at the same time. Santa wouldn't have left her. Santa couldn't have left her. He forced himself to look. Her back was moving. Slowly, it rose and fell. Relief was washed over him.
Connie!
Junpei reached down and gently, very gently lifted her up.
Connie, are you all right?
Jumpy?
Her face was pale, and her lips were dry and cracked. Her eyes were blank and cloudy. They stared straight at Junpei, but saw nothing. Trembling, Junpei wrapped his arm around her back. She was cold, very cold. Junpei tried to convince himself that it was only his imagination, but she felt as though she were fading away. He could feel his heart pounding frantically in his chest.
Oh man, Connie, what the hell happened to you? You feel...
Jumpy, I'm sorry.
Her voice was very faint.
I might not make it.
Oh, fucking shit. Where's Santa?
No way. I am going to let you die. I am going to save you. I promise.
Thank you, Jumpy. Thank you so much for everything. I was really happy to see you again. Jumpy.
We're gonna drown.
Really happy.
Oh, don't give me that I was crap. You're gonna see me again lots more times. You just gotta hang on. All right, Connie?
Jumpy, did you know you meant a lot to me when we were kids? I've liked you for a long time, Junpei. A really long time.
Where the fuck is Santa? Oh, where the fuck is Santa? Junpei's vision had gone blurry. It took a moment to realize his eyes were filled with tears. He could feel a piercing point of heat deep in his heart, like a white-hot flame. He looked down at Akane. Oh, shit! There was a crack of static from above his head, and a voice spoke.
0.
Wait, is it Santa? Is Santa 0? Was I falsely accusing June again? Oh, God, why am I always so suspicious of her?
You son of a bitch! Where are you hiding?
Santa, say it ain't so! Junpei frantically scanned the ceiling for the source of the voice. It's Santa! Why?
What the hell are you talking about?
I keep, every time shit goes wild, and everyone's dying, and there's a mastermind behind it, I immediately look to June. And then it's like, no, June didn't kill everyone. Clover killed everyone. No, June didn't kill Snake. Ace killed Snake. No, June's not 0. Santa is 0.
No. No, it hasn't. I'm not gonna let it end yet.
It's not up to you, dude.
I'm gonna get out of here with Kane.
Like, mathematically speaking, it is.
Why?
Oh, god damn it.
The wrong path? What are you talking about?
Where is Santa? Is Santa 0?
I told you! I am not gonna lose!
No, you misunderstand. You have lost. I have lost.
What?
What?
Junpei didn't have time to ponder what that meant before. He heard the door slam shut behind him. He spun around. There was no one there. Was it 0?
Connie, wait here. I'll be right back, I promise.
She managed a single nod. He laid her back down gently and left for the door. We have an hour before this ship sinks. We are out of time. He yanked it open and shot outside. It's like, the ship's gonna sink in this amount of time. Cool. And it's been like a while. No one. The hall was empty. There was nothing moving anywhere.
Where are you? It doesn't matter. I need to get Kane out first.
Why would you leave her behind? He didn't want to leave Connie alone any longer than he had to, so Junpei turned around and headed back to the chapel. And she's gone.
Connie!
She's gone. She wasn't there. She wasn't anywhere. She'd been lying there on the floor just moments before. And now she was gone.
God. No. No.
Yep.
Where is she? Connie. Connie! Connie! Connie!
Where was Santa? His cries split the heavens themselves. He screamed until his voice gave out. Then he screamed some more. But there was nothing. No answer. His voice faded away, and all that remained was cold, unfeeling silence. That was when he noticed it.
Huh?
A strange smell. One he'd smelled before.
Wait. This is...
It's knockout gas.
White smoke.
Oh, shit. 9 seconds later, Junpei's mind winked out. Okay. Well, that all happened. I guess we gotta go for, the one that was blocked by the red, we gotta unlock all the red keys. So we can just do that. That's fine. If that's where we end off, that's where we end off. But there is still one more path we can find. one more ending we can achieve. And we're gonna do that, but we're gonna do that next time. Because for now, show's over.